I turn that shit up, mate.
Hey, we giving it a few minutes to the people that's over there with Fanon getting ready to be done with that dumb stuff. We about to get popping. Listen to everybody in there. Coming up 13, 12, 11. Y'all know what it is.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They
Let's
call me
get
Sunny
it.
Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was close, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK or anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. Stay on point, 6-2, gon' split 'em. LPN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5 boys sell, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops, Draco. I got 'em all, you don't want no. I got all those shit, nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get this pussy, leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get this squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding.
And we in here. What's good? What's good? What's good with everybody? Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to each and every one of y'all. All things salute. EB sweat a lot. Salute. What's going on today, people? What's up, family? Family, family. I know I was just over there for 9. We probably waiting on a lot of people to get over here from for 9 over there. But you know, I had to leave for 9 a little bit early. I couldn't take but so much of that guy. That guy Claymore Reigns, bruh. I swear, he is a glutton for punishment. Like he looks so crazy and still keep doing it. But who we got in here so far while we wait? We go ahead and get it popping while we wait. You know, everybody else come in to catch the replay, and we just get it popping. We get it rolling. Hey, we got some fights coming up, and everybody want to hop on this narrative. People keep pushing this ducking narrative, ducking narrative, ducking narrative. Brock Howard, my guy, peace and blessings, guy. How you feeling today, King? Like, how all y'all feeling good? I want to just thank all y'all for showing up every day. The ones y'all show up, I like to say thank you. We had a great show yesterday. I was in talks. We should be getting David Morrell next week. We should have him up here on the panel, so all y'all will get a chance to talk, and we get a chance to talk and see the rising star 168 David Morrell, which is great. Who are there now in talks with fighting Caleb Plant. They're trying to. Caleb just has to answer that summons. And, you know, Chi-Town Finest, peace and blessings, King. I'm glad, bro. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. We got a power pack show for y'all today. But, yeah, we supposed to have Morrell on next week. Next week, we'll probably have Morrell up here, if everything go right. I'm also working on Elijah Garcia, getting him up here, and try to get Shadeja Green up here. You know, I'm trying to get some more stars up here for y'all to talk to, because I like the way that the interview went yesterday with Jose Diaz. And, you know, we also got Rachel and Onito. Anytime they come through, it's always a blessing. You know, the my favorite couple in boxing, you know, the perfect combination. You know, both of them both compete. Both of them is combat ready, and they'll make a perfect team. But yeah, it's funny when you talk about Devin Haney, and I'm gonna tell you like this. Let me go on the record and say it like this. I like Devin Haney as the fighter. I like Devin Haney as the man. I just don't like a lot of his fan base. Not saying all his fan base, but a lot of his fan base makes it where you can't even like the guy. And his dad is a slickster. I'm just gonna tell you, his dad is from the streets. His dad knows how to talk. He's quick witted, quick talk. Even when we was on Everything Boxing, me, Money Brown, and we was all up there with Bill Haney. He tried to lie to us. We caught him up there. We caught him with a lie up there. But you know, he tried to fast talk around it. But Bill Haney will push a narrative, right? And then he'll go along with it. And there's a lot of people that's out here now. You cannot tell me they're not getting paid. That they're not getting paid to push this agenda. It's no way possible. It's no way that people are this dumb and that are following this wholeheartedly behind this agenda. And Rod Walker, salute, King, peace and blessings. It's no way possible. Because it's a travesty to think that people are this ludicrous and this senile. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. Everybody keeps saying Loma Duck Devin. I'm going to break this down once and for all. Mikey Garcia left the 135 division to go up to 140 to fight Sergey Lipinets to win the belt. Then, yes, Rod Walker, Bill is a wordsmith. And when people say a wordsmith, that's also like a wizard, a smith. Like when you say a blacksmith, that's a middle wizard. Like they used to use the word smith as wizardry. But yeah, he's a wordsmith. But Lomachenko, Luke Campbell was scheduled to fight Mikey Garcia, but Mikey Garcia went up strap. Season salute, King, peace and blessings. Oh yeah, we getting it back in blood, sweat, and tears next year, especially with Blu-ray on the team. Batman and Robin is back. Hi ho, freaking silver. You feel me? The Masked Man is back. And yes, Blu-ray gonna have Earl on the supplements that are legal. That's gonna get his body right, and he's gonna turn him into a machine. Mike Rhythm, peace and blessings, King. Welcome to the chat. But we'll get to that Earl of Blu-ray in a minute. I just want to break this Devin topic down real quick. Mikey Garcia was the champ. He was scheduled to fight Luke Campbell, but he went up. He beat Sergey Lipinets. He beat Adrian Broner. And then he went to go fight Earl. So that left his 135 belt vacant. Luke Campbell was the mandatory. But Luke Campbell instead of was going to fight Devin, but he had a unification match with Lomachenko. So Luke Campbell, unifications trump mandatories. So Luke Campbell fought Lomachenko. Lomachenko beat Luke Campbell. So Lomachenko became the WBC champion. The mandatory was satisfied because Luke Campbell was the mandatory. Okay. Devin was number one. But Loma didn't have to take a mandatory fight for another year with the WBC. But Loma ended up fighting Teofimo Lopez. Aaron Muhammad, peace and blessings, King. Peace and blessings. Welcome to the chat. So Lomachenko ended up fighting Teofimo Lopez and losing. Teofimo Lopez had George Kambosos as his mandatory before the Lomachenko fight after he beat Kobe. Kambosos was supposed to fight. But he went past Kambosos to fight the unification with Lomachenko for all the belts. Yes, even the WBC. It was the WBC franchise belt was included. So it was technically undisputed. Like some people try to say that T.O. was undisputed and Kambosos was undisputed, but a lot of people ain't recognizing that. But it was really, you see ESPN recognizes it, right? So they did them fights right there. Devin still was not mandatory. But the WBC elevated Devin the same way they elevated Jamal Charlo because Loma became the super champion, which is the franchise. Well, Tio became the super champion, which is the franchise. The franchise means they don't have no real mandatories. And so they can skip past all that, right? So yes, and then Devin ended up fighting Kambosos, and the rest is history. So really, the only person that ducked Devin was Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia did it because he wanted a better payday, which he's gotten with Tank. So he did his moves as well too. Now people say Shakur ducked Devin. There's no way Shakur ducked Devin when he forced Devin to have to either give up his belt and fight him. Y'all saying he should have took 25%. Okay, that's like me and you going to do a job and you try to give me $200 for the job, but I know the boss, and the boss wants to give me $500 just like he giving it to you. Why should I take short money? See, Devin, they could have went to the sanctioning body and see what the WBC ordered, but he didn't want to do that. He was using it as a bargaining chip, and Shakur called his bluff, for one. Plus, while Devin had a 3-fight deal, he called Tank name over and over and over. But after that 3-fight deal, when Tank came home, he didn't say Tank's name until he got into it with Regis. Like, Tank was the money man. Ryan Garcia just made $30 million. You could have waited and asked for Tank. Steven Espinosa tried to get at you, Devin, but you never got back to Steven Espinosa. So now I don't want to hear that right there. So we got rid of that situation right there, right? Next. Devin is a big guy for one. He's going to have a problem making the 140 weight. And I'm just telling you that now. His body is growing at an exponential rate. Devin's going to peak out at 154 or 147. He's going to be like Bud Crawford. He's going to be moving from weight division. Patrick Bell, salute, King. Devin Haney is going to move up. And I feel like with his skills, and I feel like his power should come. Because like I said, I feel like Devin does have power, but at 135, he can't manifest it like Earl Spence. The power we see him at 147 is not his true power. It's nowhere near it. I've seen Earl spar. I've seen Earl spar when he's sparring, and he's like around 170. And like I said, he's taking out light heavyweights and heavyweights. He did Rockman Jr.'s son. He beat Rockman Jr. And you feel, and you know, he's at 170, 180 when he's doing that. But when he crushes down to 147, his power is a lot different because he's bottling up his power. That's like Devin bottled up his power. So I'm excited to see what Devin does at 140. I still don't think 5 pounds is that much. I still feel like he needs to jump to 147 because I feel like he's still going to be looking like a skeleton on that weight scale. Because if you look at him now, he's huge. And a lot of people are speaking to the fact of how huge Devin is, but what they're not saying is he has to make that weight. He has to make 140. So you're huge right now, but you still got to get down to that 140. And I feel like if a man can make the weight, then he can be there. Like even Loma seen Devin. He said this is a middleweight. He ain't no lightweight. But you know, if Devin can make the weight and he's disciplined enough, then albeit it's gonna be a good fight. And I think Regis been at that division for a career. He's a career junior welterweight. And Regis hasn't had the big fights because the junior welterweight division is a stepping stone, just like the junior featherweight. I mean, the junior lightweight division. Like divisions like the 130, the 140, the 154, the 168. These are all secondary divisions. They was implemented behind the premium divisions. Like you had the lightweight, the welterweight, the you had the lightweight, the welterweight, the middleweight, the light heavyweight, and the heavyweight. These was premium divisions. Then they put these divisions in between to lessen the jump. Because you know Roberto Duran jumped from lightweight to welterweight, which was 12 pounds. That ain't lessened that jump, so it'll be a lot easier on the fighter. But if you want to be technical about it, the big fights are in the premium divisions. Devin to be the most athletic and the most skilled fighter that Regis ever been in there with. If you look at all Regis' past fights, all his past fights are with the same type of opponents. He's always with an opponent that trots forward, that doesn't have much skills, that is not defensively sound, who will bang it out with him. And Devin's not that type of fighter. Devin's going to use speed. He's going to use elusiveness. He's going to use a jab. And he's going to give him a boxing lesson. And see, Regis, he's at the end of his career. He's 35, I think. And see, Regis hasn't had that fight where he had to adapt. Because like I said, he's not in that premium division. He's not in the division where the killers was there with him. Like, they used to think that was a washed out division. They thought it was an easy division. And see, he hasn't had that big name fight that's going to make him adjust. Josh Taylor, yeah, it was his biggest fight, but Josh Taylor is still a basic fighter. Teofimo showed you that. Catterall showed you that. Josh Taylor is a basic fighter. Ramirez is a basic fighter. Zepeda's basic fighters. All they do is tuck their heads in and bang it away. And it's like whoever can bang the longest bangs best. And that's the way they fight. They don't have the skills of the lightweight. So Devin's going to be bringing that to the table, which is going to be a plus. Now, if his punch resistance goes up like I think it will, and his power goes up, it's going to be a long day for Regis. But do I think Regis has a chance? Yes, he has a puncher's chance. Everybody does. And Regis has been known to separate people from their shoulders. You know, he beat Adongo quicker than Bud did. Like, Regis does have a lot of knockouts. He does stop people. He punches with power, and he punches with bad intentions, which is good. And so, if we're saying that to say, it's going to be a great fight. We need to see it, and I hope everybody supports Devin in his endeavor. I'm going to get both fights. I'm going to get Devin and the Floyd fight because, you know, Floyd's going to be fighting Mikey Garcia. And I already know that's going to be a shit show because Mikey Garcia is the brother of Robert Garcia. And Floyd has defeated all of Robert Garcia's fighters. They hold grudges against Floyd. And so Mikey is taking his sparring real seriously. He's training real hard. So this is not going to be a regular exhibition fight. Mikey's going to come up there and try to make a point. He's going to try to give Floyd his first loss. Do I see it happening? No. But it's going to be great to watch it. And they got Keith Thurman. Well, it's not confirmed yet because at Montestadionis, he's ready, but Thurman is asking for more money. He's not trying to commit to the fight. They got Laura versus Danny Garcia on there, but Thurman, he's bullcrapping around. So Montestadionis might have to get another opponent if they can't get Keith to come to terms with that. And I think it's about time for Keith to go ahead and sit down and just go off in the sunset because he doesn't have the fighting skills that he used to. Well, he doesn't have the hunger to fight like he used to. He doesn't. And without that hunger, I mean, you just out there in the way. Now, Shakur Stevenson, his fight with De Los Santos, it's become a lot more dangerous than we thought. Edwin De Los Santos, he fought my guy, William Foster III, which is an elite level fighter who was at 135 and couldn't get no fights. He wanted to fight Devin. He wanted to fight Shakur. Neither one of them looked his way. He beat the hell out of Avery Sparrow. He gave Edwin his first loss. And now William Foster has dropped to 130. He said at least at 130, maybe he can get some burn. So he's trying to hunt the champions down there. He had a fight last month, but it was canceled. It was on Fight TV pay-per-view. So if y'all get a chance, check out William Foster III. The man's a beast. They call him the assassin. He's a 130 fighter now. 5'9", 130. He's elite. But he outboxed De Los Santos. But De Los Santos has grown from a fighter since that fight. And the African, Richardson, what are you talking about, Billy Ray Bucks? Richardson Hitchison, he's been in the ring with Shakur Stevenson, and he's been in there with Edwin De Los Santos. And Richardson Hitchison is a prolific boxer. He might be one of the best at 140, boxing skills-wise. He said Edwin De Los Santos hits as hard as Zepeda. And Zepeda's one of the hardest hitters at 140. And he fought with Zepeda at 8-ounce gloves, and he fought with De Los Santos at 16 ounces, which dulls the power. And Edwin De Los Santos is also a division lower. So he's saying that De Los Santos with 16-ounce gloves has power that's culpable with Zepeda at 140. So Shakur is in there with a big puncher. Plus, he said De Los Santos' skills are great. He said that De Los Santos can do things in there that he hasn't seen many people do. So it's been a reason why De Los Santos has been calling out Shakur for the last year. And yes, De Los Santos is a better fighter than Frank Martin. He has more of a background, amateur pedigree than Frank Martin. And I think it's going to be a great fight. Shakur is going to be in some trouble that fight, but I feel like Shakur, D-Free, salute, King. Let me drop the link in case my boy D-Free want to hop up here. Anybody else want to hop up here? Here go the link right here. You know how we cook. I was just waiting for a few people to get in here. But Shakur, I feel like his pedigree is going to come through. And see, this is the fight that Shakur needs to have. We want to see Shakur in there with an athletic fighter that can give him a run for it. And see, I'm all about all the great fighters making the great fights. And we got a lot of great fights coming up, just like Shakur and De Los Santos. That's going to be a great fight. Jamal Charlo versus Jose Benavidez. That's a fight to watch because right now, if Jamal Charlo wins and David Benavidez loses, then Jamal Charlo's next up for the Canelo sweepstakes. But if David Benavidez can beat Boo Boo, then he's up next. Then Jamal can get him in September. And I'm hoping that Jamal can get him in September. That way he can get the Caleb Plant fight. He can get a fight at 168 so he can acclimate for Canelo. Because right now, coming off of this long layoff, I feel like he's going to beat Jose Benavidez convincingly. I think it's going to take him about 3 or 4 rounds to get back into the groove. D-Free, man. How's it doing, brother?
No, I'm good. I hear you up here cooking.
I see you, bro. Hey,
Yeah.
tell you look like Gary Russell. I mean Gary Russell Jr.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Oh, okay.
They said all the time.
Oh, okay. I was just saying. I was looking. I was like, man, it's like Gary Russell on this bad boy. I said it the other day.
Yeah, but yeah. I hear. My bad. Hold on, my man. Okay. But yeah, I hear you up here cooking about the De Los Santos and the Floyd Mayweather Jr. card, and I mean this might be the first card that actually I tuned in that Floyd had since he finished his career, because it's not so much the Mikey Garcia fight; it's more so of the undercard because he's actually putting on a real undercard fight.
See, Keith is
So,
bullcrapping though. Keith is trying to stall out. Like, and him and Monty Otis, that's the best fight because both of them been out the.
and you know what? And I had met Keith in person a couple of weeks ago, and he was saying that nobody wants to fight him, and I'm trying to get him on my channel because I'm gonna ask him about that very situation. You said nobody was trying to fight you, and you got Stelios right there that's trying to fight you, and that very well could be for a vacant belt. We don't know what's going to happen with Bud.
I got it from a good source, right? That Keith Thurman is trying to hold out. That he's not wanting that fight right there.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, that could very well be for the WBA vacant belt because we don't know what Bud's going to do, if he's going to drop the belts or what. So we
Hey,
don't
well,
know.
who's
Or they
sorry about
very
that.
well could strip him and do like they did Devin Haney and Jamel Charlo, and say, you know what, we're going to strip you because you're not planning on fighting at 47, so we're going to go ahead and strip you.
A1 Hoops on A1 Hoops on Salute King. What's up?
What's going down with it, fellas? Not shit. I heard y'all up here cooking, man. Brother D free on this joint, so I hopped on quick. I was just surprised to see early. Well, hell, first me getting some time. Normally I'll be working and busy. I was surprised to see you on this early. I'm like, we trying to make up for lost time. I see.
Oh nah, KQKC ain't coming on today, right? So I was like,
Oh,
shit.
okay.
I was like, I know we like to talk our boxing, so I'm like, okay, why make people wait? And I know a lot of people use this to get through their day and everything. So I just figured I could just come on a little earlier, and we get it popping, and then somebody else can come on a little earlier. You feel me?
Oh
Right.
yeah, he said getting the people what they want, huh?
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of people use this to get through their day. Because I know I used to use this to get through my day. So I try to make sure people can get through their day as well. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep. Hey,
But
I tell people all the time, I watch YouTube more than I watch actual TV.
yeah, man, I got all these channels on my TV, over 7,000 daggone channels with Spectrum, and I don't even watch it like that. I be on YouTube, Apple TV. I be on Apple TV, Netflix, YouTube, and they got this new app called Go Movies. Every movie that's ever been made is on Go Movies. Even the movies that's in
Oh,
the daggone theaters.
wow.
It's called Go Movies. It's like it's on. You go to Google, type in Go.movies. It's got everything, man. I done watched both of the new Exorcist movies. They got the new Exorcist, and then they got Exorcist with the S on the end. Both of them is great.
Oh yeah, they got a lot of horror films on right now because of Halloween coming up. But yeah, I mean, I think that
They
Shakur
got every
Stevenson
film
and
ever made. Every film
I
that's
think
ever been made is on
yeah,
there.
I think that Shakur Stevenson and De Los Santos fight is going to be very intriguing, and it's going to tell a lot because the one thing that I will say, this will probably be the first fighter that Shakur Stevenson fought that has the boxing capability of De Los Santos. Like most of the fighters that Shakur Stevenson fought, they wasn't really no boxers outside of Jamel Herring, but he wasn't really that athletic as De Los Santos because he was
See,
older.
Nakalia had power and quickness, but he didn't have the boxing ability. See, I think this is the most complete fighter that Shakur's been in there with.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be very telling how Shakur is going to look because I think this might be this I know a lot of people don't believe this, but I think this might be the toughest test to date for Shakur Stevenson.
No,
I
it is.
think
It is.
I think De Los Santos beat Oscar Valdez. I think he beat Jamel Herring. I think he'll beat all of those guys
He
that
watches it.
Shakur faced.
He watches everybody Shakur done fought. And I feel
Yeah,
like this is the fight that Shakur needs to take him to the next level. Because sparring
yeah,
can only get you so far in boxing. That's why I be telling people sparring can only get you so far. Like sparring is still sparring until you lace
yeah,
them up and you go with them 8 ounces, you never know your capabilities.
Yeah.
And like you need that extra fighter, you need that special fighter to give you that extra to push you over the edge to make you into a better fighter. And if you don't
Right.
get that, then you'll never progress. Like Regis Prograis, he's a hell of a fighter, but he's never had that other fighter that'll push him over the hump, that'll make him evolve as he's fighting, that'll make him dig into his bag, that'll make him see what he got in that bag. He's never had that.
And the closest thing he had to that was the Josh Taylor fight, and a lot of people believe he won that fight. I
I
mean, he
believe he
came out
won
on a
it
lose.
too,
Yeah.
but what kind of skills did he have to display in that? Like I say, if you go back and look at all Regis's fights, all his fights are stand in front of you, bang them out fights. Like
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
people stand in front, bang them out. He hasn't really been in there with nobody athletic except for Zorilla. That's the first person he been in there athletic that can go lateral. And
Yeah.
we seen how that looked when Regis is chasing somebody going lateral. His
Right.
closing the ring, like I hope this camp he works on cutting off the ring because he looked atrocious doing that.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
Boots had to find out the hard way versus Karen Kukadashi. Like
Yep.
when you sitting there fighting the same type of fighter every time, then it doesn't benefit you. You're not progressing. And that's what I was liking about Earl. Earl's fighting different caliber, different types of people and fighting their styles. That's how you become a more complete fighter. Floyd fought all these great fighters, different styles early. So he was able to adapt to their ability, adapt to their styles. And that's how you make a great fighter great. That's what Roy did. That's what all the greats did. They fought different calibers and different styles. They say styles make fights. No, styles don't make fights. It's the style, it's the person that's fighting that makes the fights. Because you can make any style your style. But you have to be able to be in front of that style before.
Yeah.
If you never seen it before, you can't prepare for it.
And see, the thing is, I believe Devin has all the boxing ability to beat Regis Prograis. I just don't know how he's going to pan out at 140. I don't know if he could take those punches at 140. I don't know if he if the weight is going to cause him to be slower. I don't know because he never fought at that weight before, so I don't know what it is. I believe Devin is going to win, but Regis is not a bum. Regis still is a great fighter in his own right. So I mean, this is a test for Devin as well as it is for Regis.
Also, with that right there, yes, I don't think Devin's going to be slower because this is why. Yes, going up in weight will make you slower because you put on more weight, but you also have a peak weight as well, a weight where your body's at its peak performance. And I feel like 135, his muscles wasn't able to get the oxygen and nutrients that it needed. So I felt like that slowed him and it stopped his power. I feel like this extra 5 pounds may add speed. If you look at Danny Garcia, he went up to 154. You see, he was on his toes the whole fight, and he looked a lot faster. Like, sometimes the weight can rejuvenate the fighter because you're not coming in there drained.
Do you think he was faster, or was it the opponent he was fighting that made him look like that, though?
Well, yeah, he was in there with Jose Benavidez, but he was also in there with other opponents like not Raul Marquez. What's the Mexican fighter he was in there with that he banged out?
At 54?
Nah, at 47.
That Danny banged out?
Yeah. He was good at one point, but he came back. It wasn't Raul Marquez. It was what is that guy name?
Not Diaz. I don't think it was Diaz.
Hold on, let me look it up real quick, man, because it's gonna bother me if I don't get that man's name.
Yeah. And to go back to what you were saying about sparring, I hear people talk about sparring all the time, and what they got to realize is, when you have sparring matches, you got one guy that's working on something. You got another guy that you brought in there that's trying to prove a point to everybody in the gym. Oh, I can hang with this guy, or whatever. but that guy is working on something. He's not
Brandon
actually
Rios.
in
That's his name, Brandon Rios.
Oh yeah, Rios. Yeah, he's not in there trying to beat you because he's working on something. He's not in there trying to beat you. He's trying to work on what he needs to learn for his upcoming fight that really is going to count. Because we hear that a lot. Oh, Tank Davis got beat up in sparring. Tank Davis, this person got out on Tank Davis. But we don't see that when Tank Davis is in the ring ready to fight and is going to count. We don't see Tank Davis getting beat up in the ring. So I mean, people take too much into sparring. I mean, a lot of people take a lot into sparring because a lot of these people never sparred before. They don't know what's going on. But
Yeah,
like I said,
exactly. Like a lot of times you bring people in so you can work on certain things against a certain type of fighter.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
that's what I was saying.
So yeah, a lot of times you're not about to go full tilt. Now you got some sparring matches that turn into fights. You got that,
Right.
yeah. Like when Earl and Floyd, you know, that was a pissing contest. And you know, they kicked Earl out the gym. But shit, Earl made his point though, you feel me? Like Floyd said, he gave me great work. And sometimes, you know, you in there to push a fighter to the limit. Sometimes you in there to push a fighter. Sometimes you in there to take punishment. And you know, that's why they say all fighters can't be sparring partners. Because some fighters don't know when to pull up, when not to throw that punch.
Yeah. Yeah, I like I said, I hear a lot of Devin Haney fans always bringing up the fact that, oh, Devin Haney may Tank quit. But let me ask these Devin Haney fans that be saying that a lot. Tell me what fight you watched where they got in the ring and they went until somebody said I don't want to fight no more. It doesn't happen like that. They fight 3-minute rounds, then they go back, take a break, and then come back and fight another 3-minute round. They don't just go in there and throw punches until somebody says, okay, you know what? I don't want to fight no more, or one get knocked out. They don't do that in a real fight.
Fatigue will make the cowards of the greatest people. You feel me? Fatigue will turn the greatest man into a coward.
Right.
Like when you tired, you tired. And you know, Devin might have had more motherfucking cardio than Tank. Shit. But I tell you like this. That's the same thing they said about Devin made Shakur quit. And I seen Shakur smiling and everything at the end of that thing, right? Like they showed the last couple seconds of the video, but they ain't show the whole video.
Well, now
that video they said when Devin made Shakur quit and all that.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that Devin can't beat Tank Davis. I'm not saying that Tank Davis can't beat Devin. I'm just saying y'all going by sparring.
Devin can't beat Tank Davis. His footwork and stuff is not good enough to beat Tank right now. Tank will catch that man the way Loma caught Devin. Tank will catch that man with something rude out there, bro. And you gotta realize, man, Tank is a highly skilled boxer.
Hey,
and people don't give him credit for that.
Don't get me wrong. I got Tank favored against everybody at 135. I got Tank favored against everybody from 140 on down. But I'm not saying that he can't beat him because, I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen in the sport of boxing. I'm not going to say he can't beat him, but I'm just saying don't look at a sparring matchup and say, oh, yeah, Devin going to watch Tank Davis. Nah, it's not going to happen. What happened in a sparring matchup is not going to happen in a real fight. That's all I'm saying. Because people look into that and be like, "Oh, Devin going he'll watch Tank Davis. Oh, he'll watch the Cole Stevens. We saw the sparring matchup. I'm just telling y'all."
And I'm gonna tell you like this: I came from the era when we spar, we kept that in gym. We didn't let that shit come out the gym.
Right. That's what they used to do.
It started becoming cool to display sparring tapes, though.
It ain't even just sparring tapes. We're in the day and age now where everybody, instead of, you know what I'm saying, doing something else or keeping it on the hush, everybody got to record it and either keep it in their back pocket as they silver bullet, or everybody want to run and tell stuff because the camera got to go up, you know what I'm saying, as quick as they can to capture it. So then that way, you know what I'm saying, they can try and go viral with it. And that's like with everything, unfortunately. It don't even matter what it is. You can see bums fighting, what you gonna do? Or you can see, like, you know what I'm saying, somebody just got shot. First thing they're doing is pulling out their camera.
Yep.
That's just the era we in.
Just like they saying Devin risking it all fighting Regis. No, he ain't. Devin, he has 2 shots at the belt. If he has to lose to Regis, he's gonna activate his Mando and fight Tio. That's why he's still holding on them belts. People ain't realizing it. People are like, man, Devin got the most to lose. No, he don't, because he still has a backup fight in case he loses the Regis. That's why he's saving that WBO belt.
Actually, technically, he still has 3 fights available, because he can, if he loses the Regis, he can fight Tio, and if he so choose, he can go back down at 135 and try to reclaim his WBC belt from the winner of De Los Santos and Shakur Stevenson, because he's in recess. He's not completely stripped. He's just in recess. So
He'll
he's a
never make
mandatory.
135 again, bro.
I ain't saying he will. I'm not saying
I know,
he will,
but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Watch how he makes 140. When he makes 140, you're gonna look. He gonna barely make that. Black all day, even at night. Peace and blessings, King.
That man said he could fight Tank Davis at 140, but then he said he'll go back down to 135 if the money's right. But you said you only fight Tank Davis at 140, but you'll go back down if the money's right. So are you talking about if Tank Davis offer you the right amount of money, you'll go back to 35, or are you talking about you'll fight somebody else at 135? Because we all know Tank Davis.
He can't dictate the Tank where they're gonna fight at regardless, because Tank is the money man in all actuality. Young World, salute, King, peace and blessings.
Yeah,
Tank dictates to him where they're gonna fight at, for real.
Yeah, Tank Davis sends you the contract. Either you accept it or you don't accept it.
Yeah, Tank ain't look. Tank's opponent just got $30 million. That's more than Devin's got in his whole career. And like I tell y'all, 99% of boxers never get $1 million for a fight. I thought it was 98, but for non-correct me, it's 99.2. 99.2% of fighters never receive $1 million in boxing.
And I know a lot of people will be like, what? I mean, this person made $1 million. No. Y'all got to remember how many boxers are in the sport of boxing.
Frank Martin's biggest payday is $250,000.
Right. You only know about the ones that's popular. There's thousands of fighters that you never hear about. Thousands of them that you never hear about. You only know about the one that's popular.
Ryan only got $1 million twice. Ryan Garcia. Before he fought Tank, he only got $1 million twice. All them fights.
Yeah, his money was coming from them endorsements and things like that out of the boxing. That's where his money was banking from.
Lomachenko was barely making $1 million, and he's the Matrix.
Barely.
He was making like 1.2.
Yeah, I think that was against Tio. I think prior to Tio, he didn't make $1 million.
Ryan was out there being a Toys R Us and Kmart model.
Prior to Tio, he didn't make $1 million. He was making like 700,000, 500,000.
He was making like 750. Yep.
Yeah, he wasn't making $1 million prior to Tio. Tio was when he first hit $1 million.
Exactly. So this is what people don't realize. It's hard to make $1 million in fighting. And if you go against Tank, you can make 30. Like, listen, Mikey Garcia didn't even make $1 million when he fought Adrian Broner.
And you know what?
Mikey Garcia didn't get his first $1 million check until he fought Earl Spence, and he got $17 million out the bill.
And you know what? Knockout made a lot of sense the other day when he was on his live. He was like, when Floyd Mayweather was in the sport of boxing, he was the money man. Everybody was beating down Floyd's door to try to get a fight with Floyd because they know they was going to get a payday. I don't hear hardly nobody talking about getting a fight with Tank Davis. And Ryan Garcia just made $30 million to fight Tank Davis.
Exactly. And everybody beating down Canelo door. And Canelo don't even pay you half of what Tank do. Yeah, Canelo's opponents may get $12 million.
No, I haven't heard nobody call out Tank Davis since he fought Ryan. I haven't heard
because
nobody
they know Tank Davis because they say what they want to say, but they know Tank Davis will short circuit you.
Yeah.
They know this.
I also gotta remember too, though, is that they know they'll get some money, but it ain't no guarantee they're gonna get the same money as Ryan Garcia just because the boys went out there and sold that fight.
No, I'll put it like this: they might not get the same money as Ryan Garcia, but you know what Rolly got for the fight with Tank Davis? He got like $5 million. That's the most Rolly had made in his whole entire career combined.
Oh yeah.
He got $5 million.
Leo Santa Cruz got 7.
Shit, Hector Garcia. I think Hector Garcia got somewhere like about $5 million for
Yeah,
fighting Tank
Leo
Davis.
Santa Cruz, he named his son Al Heyman after that.
Yeah, I think Hector Garcia got like almost $5 million when he fought Tank Davis, and we all know Hector Garcia ain't make nowhere near that amount of money.
Was that legit upper that he actually did name his kid after Al? Because I heard
Eastside
about that,
Pitbull
but I didn't
Cruz.
believe that.
Eastside Pitbull Cruz only made $600,000 versus Tank, right?
That's what they say.
But before that, he was only making $25,000 to fight.
I think Pitbull Cruz made more than that. I don't think he made $600,000. I think he made more than that.
Nah, he made $600,000. That's why he pushing for the Tank fight now. You got to realize after that, that's when Tank started taking off after the Eastside Cruz fight. Because you know that's when Tank started doing them big numbers.
Oh, I don't know. I think Pitbull Cruz fight sold. How many pay-per-views did Pitbull Cruz fight sell? I think they
Pitbull had
did.
a Fido.
Y'all gonna Google that bad boy.
You know, Pitbull had a flat fee, and I think Pitbull was a.
Oh, he had a flat fee. Okay, that makes a difference because
wasn't
if he had
Pitbull the replacement?
a flat fee, that's different. I thought he got paid a percentage off the pay-per-view. I didn't know he got a flat fee.
He wasn't a replacement. That was his actual pick.
Okay. Because he was a replacement. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. He was a replacement. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Because didn't he replace Rolly or something?
Yeah, he replaced Rolly because Rolly had got caught up with those women's allegations or whatever. that mysteriously just disappeared. We never heard nothing else about it.
And look, the people that did it, almost peace and blessings. But you know, the people that got Rolly is the same people that work for Pitbull. That same promoter. Because Nonito Donaire and them was talking about it, how that same promoter had them alligators put on somebody else. And also how they drugged Gamboa. Gamboa was drugged.
So the people that placed the allegations on Rolly was actually working for Pitbull Cruz.
For his promoter.
Yeah, for his promoter.
Exactly.
Wow.
Just like Gamboa got drugged before the Pitbull fight. Like they found they drugged Yuriorkis Gamboa.
For the Pitbull fight?
After the Pitbull fight, you know, Gamboa went to the hospital after the Pitbull fight and he found out that he was drugged. Because if you remember, Gamboa looked good in that first round. And then after the second round, he just, you know, it went messed up. Because you know the first round, Gamboa was looking kind of like his old self. And then like the second round, it's just like something happened to him.
Yeah, I was there at the fight. I was watching it. I'm like, damn, this nigga Gamboa getting beat all around the goddamn ring.
Yeah, but if you look at the first round, Gamboa had his spring in his step. I said, man, we might be looking at Gamboa from the 30s. And next thing you know, Gamboa just locked up. And then he became a daggone target. And then when they did the blood thing, he had like, I think they said he had roofling and something else that they drugged him with, man.
Wow.
And he was he out there fighting with roofies? God damn.
King Von, salute. No, they said they drugged his water bottle. I think the dude name was Ty Lachey or something. Whatever the dude name is that's with Pitbull. But Nonito Donaire and Rachel Donaire, they put him on blast because they said how crooked that man is.
Wow. I mean, boxing is a dirty game. Y'all gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. That's why I don't put nothing past nobody. Somebody say, hey, this fighter might have did this. I'm not saying they didn't, but I'm not saying they did.
Let me drop the link for my co-host. I've been waiting on her anyway. Here she go.
I'm not saying they didn't, but I ain't saying they did neither. I mean, I just wait till the facts come out.
They came out. They did it. They was doing an investigation on what happened to Gamboa and everything. But then next thing you know, Gamboa got a nice check, and he let it go.
Wow.
Okay, it is prize fighting. They all in it for the money. So you need at some point if
Matter of
you
fact,
add enough
speaking of Gamboa, did he
O's
ever
on the
get
ends, they gonna accept
did
it.
did Gamboa ever get out of jail?
Yeah, he got out of jail. That girl threw herself in front of the car.
Wow.
They had witnesses. Sean Givens. Thank you, Jermaine Bean. Sean Givens, that's the guy. Yeah, Jermaine Bean, no, that's the dude named Sean Givens.
Oh yeah. I do remember that. I do remember that whole situation that came out about Casa Mayor. Yeah. And then the girl came. She was like, "No, they knew that I was of age. I wasn't. I'm not. I think they were trying to say that she was underage or something, and try to say she was 16 or some shit like that. And she was like, "No, they know I'm of age. I'm not 16. I'm 24 years old." And this was supposed to have happened like 2 or 3 years ago. And she was like, "I'm 20. I'm 24 years old."
Yep,
Yeah,
Sean
that shit
Givens.
wild.
Yep,
Crazy.
and Givens, he's been dirty. Yeah, Joel
That's why
Castanera. Yep.
but that's why I said you put enough O's at the end of that check. They
Oh,
gonna
Joel
hey,
Casamayor. I thought you was talking about the Casamayor that's going on now with the Filipino fight. You talking about Joel Casamayor?
Yeah, the one that be right there in Rolly's thing and everything.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
nah,
okay, okay.
he ain't talking about John, one that's over there in Filipino fighter.
Yeah, I thought you was talking about that one because I heard about that situation where they tried to get him for doing something with an underage girl, but the girl came out was like, "No, I'm of age." They knew that I was of age.
They Sean Givens try to do all that crap. That's why Nonito and Rachel they say you gotta watch that guy. Because he'll do anything to get his fighters in position. That's just him.
That shit wild.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hear nobody calling out Tank Davis since that Ryan Garcia fight. And I mean, he would be the name that you want to call out. I wouldn't be calling out Devin Haney. I mean, unless you just want the titles, I wouldn't be calling out Devin Haney and none of them. Like, man, give me a fight with Tank Davis. I want to fight with Tank Davis. That man, I'm only making $15,000 a fight. I know for damn sure I'm gonna make at least a couple of hundred at the bare minimum. I'm gonna make a couple of 100,000 just fighting Tank Davis.
But deeper, you peep the play. They figure that they can make more money off of just using his name instead of getting in the ring and potentially taking that Z quill. So they
That
like, nah,
too.
I'm gonna just use his name. I'm gonna use his
That too.
name. You know what I'm saying to promote either a fight or just in general to keep my name a buzz. And then when the opportunity come down to where I can actually go and fight you, I'm like, hold on, man. I can go over here, just use your name. I can make a couple more, so I can avoid potentially, this happening. But I'm gonna definitely speak on your name though. You know what I mean? I'm gonna debate you. Just not right now. I got
Salute,
other fish to fry.
salute to my lovely co-host. She's in the building.
What's going on, Kyle?
Hey, you guys. How are you? Can you guys hear me?
Y'all can call it the Kai. It's TT.
Yeah, I was about
It's
to say
Kiki.
kids, but I heard, but
Oh,
I wasn't correct.
yeah, I
Nah,
heard
how
somebody
Fanon,
else
how
call
you
it
guys
Fanon,
that.
I
doing?
told Fanon because Fanon be doing it all. Kai. No, Fanon, it's Key. Hey.
They want to make it fancy, bro. It's 2 letters, right?
I got you. I got you. How you guys doing?
Good, good.
I wanted to come in. Sorry I'm late. Normally we go around at a different time, but I had clients to see. But um, to chime in on that Gamboa thing, I think that was, if that is true with the poisoning, but I did hear that before. Outside of Upper, I heard that too. But if that is true, I would say it could be karma because word on the curb is that Gamboa did some shicey stuff to Tank that
Oh wow.
I think that Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny, they when it comes to that fight, they always say watch the
She cutting out unless that's me.
when the documentary come out. you guys will see it's a lot of stuff that behind the scenes of what Gamboa.
Yeah, I can hear you. That was me cutting out. What happened to D Free?
I was gonna say, I didn't hear anything with
Can you
Key.
hear
It
me?
was cutting out. It
I
was
can hear you,
cutting out
Key.
hard on my end.
Can you
I
hear
can
me,
hear you.
A1?
I can hear you, Key.
Yep, I can hear you now,
Can you
but
hear me?
when you were
Yeah,
just
we can hear
telling
you.
us, we couldn't hear you.
Key, you can't hear us.
Upper.
Yeah, we hear you, Key. Key, A1, can
I
you hear
think,
me?
yeah, I was gonna say, I think hers just it might be going out on her end.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. It might be just her volume. I don't know. It be doing that to me on Split Yard a lot too. Yeah, she going out and coming back in.
Yeah, but yeah, as I was saying though, man, you put enough O's at the end of a check.
Oh
Them
yeah.
fighters, it's prize fighting. They're gonna be like, hell, I can bounce back from this. The fans don't forgive me or forget about it because there's gonna be another story to come up within the next month anyway.
And you know this Gamboa get a lot of fights, boy. You know we can
That's
hear
that's good.
we can hear you. You just couldn't hear us, Keith.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry about that.
It's
Um,
all good.
but no, I was saying just to wrap it up that there's going I guess in the future, near future, there's going to be a documentary with Tank and his team, and it's going. One of the things they're going to discuss is what Gamboa did. Some shicey things, some shicey moves that Gamboa and his team did to Tank in that fight. So I was saying that if Gamboa was drugged or had something going on, it sounded like karma to me.
So what type of shice things did they do? Allegedly.
They won't talk. They said to wait for the documentary. Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny said this a couple days ago, but they said that he did some foul stuff to Tank in his.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something that we got to watch for then.
I just say she cut
Yeah.
out again.
Who cut out?
She did.
I think she just stopped talking.
Oh no, that sounded like she was gonna keep going and finish that up strong or something.
Hey, Key.
Can you hear me?
Sound like
Oh, we.
A1 cut up. Yeah, I guess she did cut out again.
Sorry
Key.
about that. Yeah, my phone was
That's you.
ringing. Yeah, sorry,
Oh
my phone
yeah.
was ringing. But
I
I
hate
don't
when
know.
that
I don't
happens.
know. I know that it involved gloves. That's all I know. That it involved one of the incidents is that it involved something have to do with the gloves or maybe the padding. But they're going to go into more detail about it in the documentary.
Okay, word. That's something we need to hear. So, what are you trying to cook on today, Key?
It's up to you. Did you want to talk about the undercards? I'm you know what? I would like to make this a little bit about Shakur and Della Santos because my boy ain't getting his just due. Shout out to Just Due, pun intended. Like nobody is talking about Shakur and his fight is in what 14 days or
And that's
20
what
20 some days.
A1. Tell them what we was talking about earlier.
Oh, that was the same thing. We was cooking on that, but I think she wanna you know what I'm saying further elaborate on that joint and bring that joint, shine some more light onto it, put a spotlight on it, make sure that's the topic of discussion across the YouTube streets.
All right. Black all day. I feel like it's like this, Black all day. Just say like me and you go to do a job, right? And you try to pay me $100. But when we get to the job site, I know the guy whose house we working at. And he just tells me he gonna pay me such, and he gonna pay you such and such. Now he's gonna pay me $400. Should I take that $100 you gonna give me, because I know him, or should I take the 400 he gonna give me? And I feel like Shakur, he pressed Devin, and he made Devin have to give up his WBC belt. Because if Devin really wanted to fight Shakur, like he said, then what's the problem with letting the people mandate what they get? Who are you to put a price on my money? Like, who are you to decide how much money I get? Let's let the sanctioning bodies decide it. Because who's to say you're that much of a star than I am? Because whatever it is, my name holds weight as well. So, I've done, hell, I'm a two division champion. I was unified. Like, I've done been through two divisions, and I fought great competition too, and I've sold out in my house. How you can tell me I take 25%, you 75% better than me? You can't say that. Let's let the sanctioning bodies decide. And so Devin showed he really didn't want that fight. Because if Shakur would have took that 25%, it just would have Devin still would have found another excuse, because even though Shakur went to the sanctioning bodies, he got himself made the mandatory. So how's he ducking?
And then too, I want to piggyback off of what Upper said. Everything was 100% correct, but also what people are missing in this conversation is two things. Number one, why would Bob Arum shortchange himself? If the WC mandatory is 30%, if it was 30%, then why would Bill shortchange himself and accept that? Number two, how is if ESPN is putting on the show, how I feel as though the 25% should have started as a base negotiation, and then we'll be having a whole different conversation. It could have been worked up, but because it wasn't like that, he just said to take it or
You cutting it
leave
out, Key.
offer. He left
Key, you cutting it out.
himself in a rut.
Key,
That's
Key,
all I'm saying. Of
Key,
course, with
Key,
this Regis fight, but it had.
Key. Damn. I was trying to hear about what she was saying. John Kramer, salute, King, peace and blessings. Sounded like she was cooking, A1. I just couldn't hear it. A1.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, she was cooking on it. I was just listening to
Oh, okay. I was about to say, damn, his ain't working either. Maybe it's me.
it.
Yeah, she was cooking, but it went out on her. I swear, boy, StreamYard ain't nothing. Like, we missed that whole thing, Key. You was cooking, and then next thing you know, we didn't even hear it.
Okay, what part did I leave off on?
The whole part. You
Dang.
said
Okay.
you said I want to piggyback off this, and I was calling your
Okay.
name.
I know. Okay. So, what Upper said was 100% correct.
Hey, look, I'm about to
But
switch devices, so hold it down real quick, okay?
okay, what Upper said was 100% correct. But what we're missing is two major points. Number one, why would Bob Arum shortchange himself if the WBC mandatory split starts at 30%? Why would Bob allow Shakur to take 25% and cut him out of some money? When have Bob ever cut himself out of some money? He'll cut fighters, but he ain't gonna cut himself. And number two, it wasn't Devin show. You know what I'm saying? ESPN is putting on the show. So how can Devin offer anything of that nature? He could have started at base negotiations and then it could have went up, but no. Can y'all hear me? A1?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So yeah, that I mean, I'm not saying that Devin is a duck per se. I will say it is duckish tendencies, but he is fighting Regis. But I just don't think that he wanted that fight with Shakur. I truly believe, I understand the narratives that's being pushed about this whole situation, but I don't think that he wanted that fight with Shakur. I think that he wanted he he wanted to go in a different direction. Like he said, like they said, I mean, that video was pretty much icing on the cake. I know people were saying that Shakur was a cop for doing that and all that other stuff, but at the same time, what did that video reveal that we didn't already know? I mean, at least I already knew this. And to be honest with you, I
Also,
don't I I'll go ahead, Upper.
okay, well, just I'm gonna let you get back and cook. But people that sit there and say Shakur was a snake for that video and everything, I feel the same way about Devin leaking the sparring tapes because sparring is not supposed to be leaked out. Sparring is supposed to be inside the gym. So when he go out there and leak the sparring tapes, then he just made everything accessible to be leaked. That's what I feel like. That. Go ahead, Keith.
Yes, and then not to mention, hold on, it's a siren going by. Hold on. And then not to mention, again, we can't like we we can't just go ahead. We can't just get on Shakur for what he did with that video, in my opinion, because Devin and his team has done some snake file stuff. You know what I'm saying? As far as leaking tank, passing out tank mug shots, smoking on a tank pack. I don't care how old that video was. At the end of the day, it's like, come on, man. So now that when Shakur do it, it's a problem. Like I don't like that. I don't like that. And I like Devin Haney. I've told Upper, and me and Upper have disagreed on fights that I think Devin Haney could win, because I feel as though when it comes to those three kings, Devin, Tank, and Shakur, I don't really foresee anybody beating them but each other. You know what I'm saying? Because I do look at Devin as a great fighter. He's a really good fighter to me. But his antics is way out there. And I think he's doing himself a disservice. So now with this whole, it's only black people that's tearing down Devin Haney. That's not true. And if that's the case, it's warranted because of what he's done. You can't just say, oh, he is this outstanding, you know what I'm saying, just this upstanding boxing citizen with all the stuff he's done, and then when somebody get on him, now it's a problem. Like, this is boxing. It's either
What
you
color
gonna
the
put up
fans
or
is
shut
tearing
up.
down Tank? What color the fans tearing down Tank and Shakur?
Is it
'Cause
black?
I'm pretty sure they're mostly Devin Haney fans.
Yep.
Aren't Tank and Shakur black too?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's cool when they do it. Problem when they do it, F 'em. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what my man said. It's cool when you do it. The problem when we do it, F it. Because they move the goalposts. They don't keep the same energy, man. Like, and that's what gets me about people. Like y'all so like a lot of people are in this delusional fall that is like somebody has more like you have more respect for another person doing the same thing, and then a man will sit there and give you a backhanded compliment or sit there and play you for a fool and you will accept it. But then as soon as somebody else do the exact same thing, you have a problem with it. And I just feel like that's not right. That's throwing rocks and hiding your head. And like y'all talking about black people tearing down Devin, but they've been tearing down Tate. They've been tearing down Shakur. They've been tearing down Earl Spence. When it happens to all these brothers, they've been tearing down Deontay Bomb Squad Wilder. But when it happens to these guys, it's okay. But let it happen to Devin Haney. Oh, it's a problem. Let it happen to Bud. Oh, it's a problem. And especially Bud, he's detrimental to our history and stuff like that. But hey, it's all good because the man's a great fighter and everything, and he got what he deserved. Well, he got what he negotiated. But damn, if you feel that way about Devin, you should feel that way about all your favorite fighters, especially Bill Haney going around passing out mug shots. And that was totally uncalled for. And he can't get that back right there. He lost all credibility for me because, hell, people could pass out his damn mug shot, to be honest. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they
Right,
got mad when
right.
Bosos did it.
Right. And that's all I be saying. Like, especially,
And
okay. 2 weeks
And
ago.
no, and look, Tank's team
Hmm.
did not post Devin's mugshot when he got caught with that switch. Did Tank and them retaliate? No. It's like Devin and his team try too hard. It's not organic. Like you can't force yourself upon people. You got to make this thing organic. And it's like that's what HBO try to do. They try to force feed us them Europeans, and you see they crashed. And J.A. Dixon, peace and blessings, and welcome to the show. But you got to let stuff develop organically. And if you try to force it on people, then people go rebel against it. And that's what I feel like is happening. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Key.
Yes, no, you took the words right out of my mouth. And too, like even a couple weeks ago, nobody, I think it was Andy Ruiz, who had a situation with his wife or ex-wife, and it was, and she posted about it, about what, allegedly what he had did to her. And it was quieted down, but let that would have, but when that happened between him and his personal life, it was everywhere, even to the point when the man had just got out of jail this last time, and there were content creators digging that stuff back up and saying that he went back to jail, just putting out just false allegations on this man. Even when his child's mother came back and recanted that statement, and we know we know how that stuff go, especially if you from the streets. Like, you know how that stuff go when it comes to relationships. That's why I don't talk about athletes' personal life. I'm looking at what they're bringing, their profession. I can care less about their personal life, because come on, man, all of us have been through a situation with, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to business, whatever the case may be. None of us are unscathed with this. The
They're
older
human
you
as
get,
well.
huh?
They're human as well.
Exactly. So I don't know. I see the play, but Mr. Diaz yesterday made it apparently clear. He said that when white or Hispanic boxers miss weight, they don't talk about it. But when it's a black boxer, they talk about it. So we already see that the cards are stacked against us. And now we're doing ourselves even more of a disservice, that when we call out other black boxers that are doing some crazy things, like Devin Haney and his team, now all of a sudden it's black on black crime, we don't support. No, 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 no. This is an even playing field.
Salute to my guy Zena, peace and blessings, King. And to my guy Mark Nash TV, peace and blessings. And like another thing that's funny, right? They always so pro black when it fits their agenda. Like support BLK Prime, it's pro black. When actually the corporation is headed by not black people. But you got the PBC, who is by Al Heyman, which is a black man, who actually promotes the fighters getting paid so we can get the best fights. So fighters will be incentivized to make the big fights because they're making the big bucks. But people are not supporting that. They're hating on that, trying to tear it down and going with the narrative and the rhetoric about PBC. Like they always talk about black people tearing other black people down, but they've been doing it. They've been tearing down the PBC. They've been tearing down Earl Spence, Tank Davis, Shakur Stevens. They've been doing that. Just because they're not your favorite fighter. Just because your favorite fighter, they always say your favorite fighter this, your favorite fighter that. How about your favorite fighter? Your favorite fighter's out here doing more to mess it up than anything else, and not one person posted his mugshot from when he got caught with that switch. Why are you doing with an illegal gun, with an illegal modification, when you have bodyguards and everything? Like, that's crazy.
Yes, and I'm glad that he got up out the jam. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that he got up out the jam and everything, and that his record is pretty much unscathed. I'm happy about that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, keep that same energy. That's all I say. I don't have a problem with Devin Haney, but the Avengers, man, when they assemble, they are something else. And I get it. They want to try to paint this, narrative, and I'm proud of everything that Devin has accomplished. You know what I'm saying, in his career. But come on, man, we uh huh.
Hey, hold me down for a minute, Key, and salute to my guy Ra.
Okay.
Hold me down, Key. I'll be right back.
Okay. And I mean, I'm very proud of what of of what he's accomplished and everything, but y'all got to stop this, man. Y'all definitely have to stop this double this teetering against, you know what I'm saying, who's a duck and who's this. If it wasn't for Fanon, shout out to Fanon breaking that whole incident down with T.O., Loma, and Devin, I would have just kept hearing the same narrative that everybody ducked this man. You get what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, I'm one of the only ones that's been telling y'all that I have Devin beating T.O. and Loma. I never wavered from that. I always said that I have Devin beating T.O. In my humble opinion, when it comes again to the three kings, Devin, Shakur, and Tank, in my opinion, though, they're the only three they're the ones that beat each other. I don't really see too much competition for them three in the 135 to 140 division. Shout out to Marquis. Shout out to Kuwai, all things. Hey, Zenith, one of the GOATs. I keep telling you, you need to start a channel, man. Shout out to you guys for stopping in. Definitely appreciate it. But yeah, so I just I don't know. Y'all really make it hard for us boxing fans. Y'all really, really do. A1, is there anything you want to cook on with this topic?
Oh no, I'm good. I'm over here entertaining my two little ones and just listening to y'all cook.
Okay. And then I also think
And they loud too, so I don't know if anybody gonna hear nothing.
oh, you're fine. And then I also think that it's interesting that we're not really talking about the Shakur and De Los Santos. I know Upper and A1 was cooking on it previously before I got on. But it's interesting to me that we're getting press conferences for fights that's happening towards the end in the beginning of December. But Shakur is in what, 3 weeks? And I haven't seen anything about Shakur and De Los Santos. Like, I'm very, very surprised at that, um, especially since he's up next. That's really the big fight that's up next. And I'm wondering, and I want to put this out to you guys in the chat. Shakur about a month ago was talking about his contract being up next year with Top Rank. So I'm wondering if that has something to do. Do you guys think that they aren't going to promote Shakur because he put that out there, that it's a possibility that he won't be re-signing with Top Rank? But then that wouldn't really make sense, because why would they mess up their own money? You get what I'm saying? But again, why aren't they putting his fight out there? Like, this is a really good fight, a really good fight. I think it's really underrated. Um, I just can't fathom why isn't this being brought up? Why aren't they talking about this fight? I mean, we had a good press conference for Keyshawn and the gentleman not here that he fought, Albright, right? But why haven't we gotten that with Shakur and De Los Santos? I haven't even heard of ticket sales. Like, I haven't even heard of what the stadium looking like. Is it to capacity yet? But with Devin and Regis fight, we already know that it's 11,000 tickets sold.
They
And
said
then
they
they
had to
done
open up
already had a
another
press
thing.
conference. Huh?
I think they said they had to open up another tier for Devin and Regis.
Okay, and I get that, but my whole thing is, why aren't they promoting and pushing? Why isn't Top Rank promoting and pushing Shakur Stevenson?
Because that fight's already gonna sell, and see that's what people don't realize about the Top Rank situation. Top Rank don't care if they sell fights; they got a budget. They gonna get paid for the fight regardless, so they don't really see Bob Arum. He takes the easy way out. Top Rank, they have a budget. They already know what they get paid. Just say ESPN cut Bob Arum a check for $10 million, right? He go ahead
Right.
and pay Shakur and his opponent what they gonna get, pays for the undercard, then everything else is Bob Arum's. That's why he say they don't have the budget for certain fights. Like, they have a budget. and then they operate inside the budget, inside that budget, and as much that's left over, that's what they get to keep. And so, like after they get the fight inside the budget, then like the ticket sales and all that shit right there, that's all extra for Bob Arum. The fighters don't get that. That's all Bob Arum's extra pieces right there. So they doing a fight on NASCAR week, which is they fighting on a Thursday, I think, right? So a lot of them tickets are gonna be comp. Like NASCAR, they got a big thing this weekend. So NASCAR, they're gonna buy up Shakur Stevenson's tickets. His tickets is gonna sell out, right? And NASCAR, that big corporation called NASCAR, what they're gonna do, they're gonna buy up Shakur's tickets and comp them to the big spenders for NASCAR. So they ain't really gotta push it because Shakur is gonna sell out. When you have events like that, like when you have that's like the furniture market. Like when you got the furniture market coming in town, ain't gonna be no hotels that you can book. Like you have certain events that take up everything. And so that's why Bob Arum and them booked the fight for Thursday. Because that's something for the people in NASCAR to do while they're sitting there waiting for the NASCAR fights. I mean the NASCAR race. So a lot of places is gonna buy the tickets up and it's gonna be comp for the big NASCAR fans, and Shakur and Bob are gonna sell out. So
I mean, yeah, I get that,
it's not pay
and
per
I
view. It is
understand
not no pay.
that. But
It's
then,
not a pay per view fight.
but why not the
So,
press conference? But then, why
but
not
see,
the
this is
press
what I'm
conference
saying.
then, Upper?
It's not a pay per view fight. You feel what I'm saying? So, what are they really pushing extra? Like, I mean, they're not really gonna get no extra because it's not pay per view, right? So, whatever they sell, if they sell out, they're gonna sell out. So they're not really getting that extra on the end because whatever they sell for them tickets, that's what they're gonna get extra because they got the budget. They're not pay per viewing it, so they try to use as least manpower as possible because running press conferences that costs money, and this is money that you don't have to run because your fight's already gonna do what it's gonna do. Like you already got what your fight's gonna do. You're on the biggest platform in the worldwide leader of sports. You're on the big platform. Like your job is basically done. All you gotta do is just show up and show out because the ticket sales are gonna be gone. You already got the budget, so you don't have to pay for no, and you're not pay per viewing it, so you ain't gotta promote it. So really, it's nothing that Bob Arum has to do, honestly, because it's gonna be showed on TV or on the app. So that don't matter because they already got paid from ESPN. So why waste any more money promoting it? If you think about it, it's smart financially. Like why go into the red or why incur more expenses than you need to incur when it's not going to increase your revenue? You feel what I'm saying? And big dose, peace and blessings and salute. You feel what I'm saying, Key? Like why incur any more extra expenses?
And no, and I get that. But my whole thing is, it's all. Can
Just do peace and blessings, King. You cut out, Queen. You cutting out. Marquis, peace and blessings, salute. Just do peace and blessings, salute. That whole boy, peace and blessings, salute. I can't hear you, Key, if you talking. Shalom, peace and blessings. I think Key experiencing technical difficulties again.
Sorry about that. My phone keeps going out. Okay, so the sound does. StreamYard messing with me today. Normally it messes with you, Upper. Um,
Why you think I keep
so
going out? I keep going out and
Yeah, I
switching
don't.
devices because it keep messing me up. I can't hear, so that's why I tell you to hold me down.
Okay. So, this is all I'm saying. I get what you're saying. I definitely understand that. But I'm under the impression of what Bob said, what Bob has been saying for the past since July. Okay.
We'll be on the night
They
that hole at 11. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Key.
It's okay. Since July, it has been my understanding that they are trying to push Shakur to be that next star, correct? So from what I okay, they in my opinion, Shakur went on a great campaign for that. Because it appeared that everybody was ducking him. Nobody wanted to fight him. He had that momentum going. And then all of a sudden, he got this Edwin De Los Santos fight. And then it just went ghost after that. And my whole thing is if you're trying to push this man to be big, you know what I'm saying? And to hopefully in the future have that big fight with Tank, which is not no hopefully, they will fight. Then why aren't I seeing that same energy?
Well, because first off, you got to realize ESPN boxing is like the fifth sport on there. You feel what I'm saying? So Shakur, if he had his way, he would promote himself more. But like I was saying, promotion costs. It costs money. It's not free promotion. Now, Shakur could reach out to maybe us, and we could push him, and a couple of these YouTube channels can push him. But other than that, promotion costs money. And people are not trying to spend extra money because the more money you spend, that takes out of your profits. And they're in the business of getting the most money. And they're not running it like the PBC. They don't have that back end profit money. They have, like I said, a set value. They don't have to go out and sell the fight. See, PBC fighters have to go out and sell the fights. Like they eat what they kill. Top rank, you get your money up front. And see, it's a double-edged sword because if you're like Manny Pacquiao, he has 6 fights that did 1 million pay-per-view buys, over 1 million. He didn't start getting paid till after they passed the 500,000 threshold. And then after that, he was only getting like 20%. So Manny Pacquiao, that's why he left Top Rank. Like you can't get rich on Top Rank because they got budgets. And if you do become a star, you're gonna get, I hate to say the word, but you're gonna get without Vaseline. That's all I'm gonna say. They're gonna run up in you without Vaseline. And they're gonna do it. That's why Bud, he even commented on it. He even, because remember, Bud was all happy about his about his Top Rank money.
No, and I
Yeah,
get that. I just think that they could have. I don't know. I just feel like I
I
just feel
know what
like
you're saying.
yeah,
I
like
know
I
what you're
just want to
saying, but
see
these
Shakur
greedy
do
ass
good.
people.
I know. I just want to see Shakur fight do well. I just want to see Shakur. Shout out
I
to
know that's
Justin
your guy.
Gaethje, get
I
his
know
just due.
Shakur is your guy.
You know what I'm. I like yes. Of course. Shakur Tank. Both of those. So it's just like I want to see. I want that marketing there because I don't want any excuses as to why they cannot fight. I want all of them to fight. You have no idea because I'm tired of the narratives out there.
I feel like Devin versus Shakur, I say like make the fight, put it on pay-per-view. It'll do numbers. And I like the way Devin is doing it now. He's solidifying himself as a pay-per-view star. Because that's what you do. You don't do a pay-per-view, then go back to free TV. You just don't do it. It's called hustling backwards. So I'm glad that he's not going back to free TV. I am glad about that. And he's fighting a good fight. He's fighting Regis. That's a great fight. And I feel like this is gonna be Shakur's toughest fight right now. Edwin De Los Santos. He's not no pushover. Richardson Hitchison said this man is great. And I feel like De Los Santos is tougher than Loma, honestly. I know he got more crack than Loma. Reed Philly, salute, King. Peace and blessings. But this is a great setup fight for Shakur. It's going to make Shakur bring out stuff that he don't know he has. And this fight alone is going to bring out a lot of fans. So I feel like this fight right here will sell. Well, it's already gonna sell out, but I feel like one thing about Shakur, he always has at least 1 million viewers. Like people view in for Shakur fights. They view him on Top Rank. He's one of the most watched people on there right now. So he has his set crowd. He has his followers. Yes, he can push to more people, but it's not like they're running a cross platform, cross promotion. Now, if Shakur was on a PBC, they probably would have made this a pay-per-view or put it on a pay-per-view card. Like they would have threw this on a pay-per-view card and they would have got paid nicely. I'm not saying this is a pay-per-view fight. I'm saying they would have put it on a card and made it do well. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is a great fight. But you really can't really promote when you're not trying to spend the money. That's why I say Shakur could also holler at some of us, and get some of this free promotion. Like, do like the Haneys is doing. The Haneys, they spend a little bit on the YouTubers, and the YouTubers, they're diehard fans. Like they push the narrative better than Bill Haney himself. Like I see, if you give a person a little bit of change, he will go for if you give a person a little bit of money, they will go from hell to back for you. And I can see it because I'm watching it every day on YouTube. Every day. It's on you, Key. Kiki. I guess she done went out again.
No.
Oh, okay. Boy, StreamYard giving my co-host the business today. It's usually me, but it's giving her a lot of problems today. She'll be back in just a second, people. That's why I wish we had a better streaming site than StreamYard, because StreamYard, boy.
Sorry about that. I heard everything that you said, though. I heard everything that you said. Okay, so to that point, let me go back to this point, or go back to your point that you made about hustling backwards, right? Now, let's say that the arena sells out for Devin and Regis, but the pay-per-view, let's say, does 80,000. With Loma, he broke even with 150, right? So would that be a case of hustling backwards? Upper?
Um, that would really be, yeah, but can't really say that because Bud did 50,000 and 100,000 and 30,000, then 150,000, then 10,000, then turned around and got that big pie with Earl. So I mean, just keep on. It ain't hustling backwards. I mean, sometimes you take a loss. Like Deontay Wilder, he fell back on his with Hellenius, but still, he still got in there. He still did the gate and everything. You feel me?
Okay. So, because I'm just saying from a business perspective, if that's the case, with you don't want to increase expenses and all this other stuff, wouldn't you say that would be hustling? You know what I'm saying? Because if the pay-per-views doesn't amount to anything, well, it only has a little bit of funding behind it. All of that money is not going to be made up from the ticket sales, right? So they could still be at a loss. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they can still be at a loss, but it's still a win-win for if you do it on the zone, because the zone, it's hard to do numbers on the zone anyway. Like the zone is like they have real shoddy pay-per-view. Like I don't know why they did it on the zone. I don't know why Devin went to the zone. Honestly, like he went to a safe place. Like I would have never recommended him going back to the zone. Like either he should have stayed a free agent or went to the PBC, because that's got the fighter that you say you want. And then you're going to the 140 division. I mean, PBC got the 140 fighters up there. Like I just don't understand their movements. But I guess he wanted to go where he felt safe. They said it's for it can't be for legacy, because if for legacy, like I said, he would have went to the PBC where they got more fighters for the weight class that he going to, and the additional weight class that he's gonna be going to 147 soon. Like I feel like by 2025, Devin's gonna be at 147. Like he's not gonna stay at 140 for longer than a year. His body's not gonna allow it. I'm just being.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, so let's talk about that with the legacy fight, because that's been coming up a lot lately. As far as all these fighters go, and here's my point. Here's my position on that. When it comes to the 130 to the 140,
I don't know. I think you cutting out, Key. I don't know if that's me or you. I think you're cutting out. Yeah, I think that's you. I think that's you, Key.
what about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you great now. Coach Amber, peace and blessings, Coach Amber. Yeah, I can hear you, Key. Key. Nah, I can't. Are you moving around or something, Key? Can y'all hear Key, or is it just me? Oh, try again, Key. I hit the wrong button. Hey, Key, try again. I guess StreamYard don't want to hear my co-host cook today. That's what it is.
Ooh, wee. Can you hear me?
You must be moving around, ain't you?
No, I'm sitting in one place. That's what's so crazy. Okay. So I think every time I press the mute button, that's when it happens. So I'm not gonna press the mute button. But okay, so piggybacking, let's go back to the dang, I forgot my point. That dang gone quick. But anyways, I just hope that we see more of Shakur Stevenson and De Los Santos. I haven't even seen any back and forth between them two.
Yeah, but that's like what I said once before. I said Bob Arum. I really don't think Bob Arum likes Shakur, honestly, because he came out and told Shakur not to go. Huh? Like, I can't hear you if you say anything, Key. But like I said, I don't think Bob Arum likes Shakur, because he sat down in the stand when he was fighting Valdez. He didn't even want to give him the Valdez fight. Um, Jay Prince and Shakur had to go to ESPN to get them to force the Valdez fight, and Bob Arum was avidly against that fight. He didn't want Valdez to fight Shakur. He also didn't want Shakur going for undisputed, because he told him that'd be a waste. But he kept pushing Loma to go for undisputed. Like, Bob Arum doesn't do stuff in Shakur's best interest, honestly. And then he's keeping Loma away from Shakur as well. Like, Bob Arum really doesn't want to make a Mayweather out of Shakur. That's what it is. He's trying to keep Shakur under wraps. Like he's trying to clip his wings and not let him fly high. Because he knows what type of talent Shakur is. He is a generational talent. That's all I gotta say. Like I've been saying that since I've started my channel. I've said Shakur is a generational talent. I said that he would be the only person that could really rival Tank, but Tank got that one hitter quitter. That's that equalizer. But I always said Shakur was a generational talent, and I said Bob Arum does not want to create another Floyd Mayweather, and that's why he treats Shakur as such. Okay, Key. Yes, he's S class, Marquis. S class.
That's a good point. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear
Can you hear
you.
me now?
Yeah, for right now I can.
Can you hear me now, Upper?
Yeah.
Point.
Yes.
I think so. Like I'm not all the way sold on the fact that they really want to promote Shakur like that.
They don't. I've been saying that. I've been saying they don't want to support him.
And this is a really really good fight. I think that we're going to witness some great things out of Shakur. I don't think there's going to be per se an absolute wash, but I do think that Shakur is going to make a statement with this fight because of all the things that's been said about him.
I feel like it's gonna be a great fight, and we're gonna get to see different facets of Shakur. And I feel like it's gonna be close early, and then I feel like that his pedigree is gonna separate him throughout the fight. And I feel like I said, Shakur and Devin and Anthony Latham salute. I feel like Shakur's power will resonate a little bit more because he's getting used to this division. Like you see when he got the 130 when he fought Jamel Herring, you see his power increase from 126. And you
Yeah.
see when he fought Yoshino, his power looked a lot good on 135. Like his muscles you gotta realize Shakur's also a big guy as well. Shakur's a big guy just like Devin's a big guy. And them boys are crunching down to the lower weight class. And I feel like Shakur, he's gonna be a lot stronger at this weight class. And I feel like his power will start to resonate and he'll start being able to, kind of like Floyd was Money Mayweather. Like be able to get these guys up out of here. Maybe not like Tank did, but Shakur is an accurate fighter. He's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
He has great punch placement. And if you put them punches where they need to be at, you can get a person up out of there. You don't have to have that power. You don't have to have that power. You can have decent power as long as you can put them punches where they need to be at. You can get a person up out of there real quickly and real effectively. And I feel like that's what Shakur is going to do. I feel like his power is going to be where it needs to be. And he's going to be able to box people and wither away at them and then get them up out of there when it's over with. Close the show. And that's what problem Devin Haney has is closing the show. Like the man hasn't knocked the fighter down in over 91 rounds.
But you know what, too? This was the point that I was making. Can you hear me, Upper?
Yes, I can hear you great now.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so this is the point that I was making, too. When it comes to these legacy fights and who are these people fighting, let's be honest, you guys. Like, and from the 135 to 140 division, it's only a few names. Like it's only Tank, Shakur, Devin, Tio.
Loma.
Um, I mean, but really, I don't know. I've never been sold on Loma like that.
Well, actually, the 140 division is popping because you got Matias, you got Antoine Russell, you got Regis, you got Devin, you got
But are
Ryan,
those
you got
but are
Theo.
those legacy fights though? Mine is Devin, because Devin is a legacy fight for somebody to have on their resume. But it's Matias and Tio. But it's
Yeah, those.
Matias, and I love Tia. I love Matias, but are they legacy fights though?
Yeah, they're great champions. They're great legacy fights. It depends on who you talk about for who.
Um, let's say for any of the fighters.
Different fighters
For
have different legacy fights. Like
I
for
know, but
Tank,
let's say for Tank, would that be a
for,
legacy fight for Tank
for
Matias?
Tank, the legacy fights for Tank would be Regis would be a legacy fight for Tank because he called him out. Regis, Loma, Josh Taylor would even be a legacy fight for Tank because he called out Tank. He was talking crazy to Tank before. Josh Taylor, Loma, T.O., Ryan, he's already had that, but Josh Taylor, Devin Haney, T.O., Ryan, Loma, Shakur, and Devin. Those are the legacy fights for Tank. But for Devin, Matias would be a legacy fight. Antoine Russell would be a legacy fight. Antoine Russell, Matias, Ryan Garcia would be a legacy fight for Devin. Tank most definitely. Tiafimo would be because he's got history with these fighters right here. And Shakur most definitely would be a legacy fight for Devin. But then when you got Shakur, a legacy fight would most definitely be Tank. It most definitely be Devin. I don't see Matias being a legacy fight for Shakur, but I feel like Antoine Russell would be. And I feel like Loma most definitely would be. T.O., he ain't really got the back and forth with T.O. I mean, it'd be a legacy fight, but it wouldn't really be a fight like that because they don't have like the history. But like, yeah, that's how I feel about that.
I don't know. I just I don't know. I like Matias. I do. Huh?
Matias is a vicious fighter. He's the dog at 140, and like, if you fight him, that's like getting Bernard Hopkins on your record. Like he's low key, but he's a dog. He's an animal. You got to respect his power, and you got to respect him on the resume. Like only one person has beat Matias, and that one person it got stopped afterwards, right?
Yeah. No, and I get that. I'm just I'm not. I like Matias. I think he'll bring just a dog fight. You're absolutely right. That'll be a dog fight. I would like to see Matias and Gary Antoine Russell go at it.
That would be a great fight. And Big Dose, if Shakur fights this fight right here with De Los Santos, I tell you a great fight for Shakur next. Muratalla. They on the same platform. Shakur versus Raymond Muratalla. They both fought Nakatilia. Muratalla took Nakatilia out in 2 rounds while Shakur had to go the distance and was on his back foot the whole fight. That'd be a great fight for Shakur after this fight. Or
I think
Williams
Maritella
Cepeda.
has called out Shakur, didn't he?
Yes, he has. Or Williams Cepeda. Or Loma. He still got all that. Like
Loma
Shakur
don't
can
want
fight.
Shakur though.
Yes, Loma don't want it. Shakur doesn't show Loma up in sparring. Loma don't want it.
Yeah, Loma
Hey,
don't want
hey
that fight. I
Zena.
would love to see that fight.
Yeah, I see Ergashoff, Zena. I feel like Matias stopped him at 8. I seen it, but I feel like Matias too quick and too skilled for him right there, Zena. Honestly. But hey, I want to see that fight though. But really, all of them are considered legacy because they all got belts. And anytime you fight for a belt, it's really considered a legacy fight. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah. I just
Hell,
want I
even
just want these boys to
even
get it in.
Rolly would be a legacy fight up there. But see, like Ryan Garcia, a legacy fight for Ryan would be T.O., Rolly, Tank, Devin. Different legacies for Ryan because Ryan, being the type of person he is, he got that him and Rolly got that past beef. You know, like different people have different legacies because they match up well with different fighters because they have different histories. All things.
Right, true.
Matias' defense is his offense. Go ahead, keep my bad.
No, you're fine. No, that is true. I think that I would definitely like to see the Ryan and Tio fight. Because I want to see how good Ryan has gotten since the tank loss. And the videos that they've been showing, he looks good. He looks actually
I
really, really good.
I told y'all this, right? I didn't want to go out and say it, but I guess Derek can't get mad at me for saying it now. The reason why Tank and Ugas only sparred 3 rounds is because Ryan stopped them in 3 rounds. He stopped Ugas with 16 ounces on to the body. And see, Derek James, Brandon House, salute King. Derek James, when he got Ryan in camp, he tied Ryan's left hand with his left arm to Ryan's waist, and he had Ryan traded with his right. Ryan had been traded. He's been doing all this training right now with his right, when he's doing all that boxing training. But then he also has to keep his chin down. They do that training too. But 90% of the time, Ryan Garcia has his left tied to his waist, and he's doing boxing training with his right hand. And I'm gonna tell you like this: he looks like Earl did versus, honestly, against Peterson. He fights the same way Earl fights, but he's a lot quicker than Earl was, and his vicious right, and that's when he put Ugas down with a right to the body. And his right has became a great fixture in his arsenal. And I never really knew how fast Ryan Garcia is, but that left hand that he has some snap and is fast. And people are doubting Ryan's power, but you gotta look. Don't he only have 3 fights that went the distance? Ain't the rest of them knocked outs?
Yeah. Yep.
Ryan is a KO artist, and he has blinding speed. And now that he's done got that left to catch up, that right to catch up with that left, he's becoming a complete fighter. And not only does he have Derek James train him, he also has the great Floyd Mayweather teaching him as well. Derek James is teaching him offense while Floyd is teaching him defense. Floyd is taking a special case in Ryan. He's trying to get Ryan to Mayweather Promotions. It's because Floyd knows, and you can say what you got to say, but Floyd knows that with the right push, Ryan could be a bigger star than Tank could ever be. And the reason why I say Ryan could be a bigger star than Tank could ever be is because Ryan has the complexion for the connection. Ryan has that model looks. He has 20 million fan base on social media. And he has the pretty boy that all the little kids and the women and the girls love. Tank is my guy. He's from the hood. And he sort of got that bad boy rep, which he really doesn't deserve. But they put it on our fighters. But Ryan is the crossover star. Like Canelo. Like they was so ready to embrace Canelo when Floyd was gone. Because Canelo looks like them.
I think too, and to answer Big Doe's question, he said, or his statement, he said, I still want to see Tank knock Loma out. In my
Hell
opinion,
yeah.
back when Floyd threatened Tank with Loma, I felt like Tank would have whooped his behind. Then I was so mad how Tank handles that threat. The thing is, Bob didn't want that fight. Bob still don't want that fight with Loma versus Tank. And not to mention, if I recall, Loma moved up. Y'all, somebody correct me in the chat if I'm wrong.
Loma went to 135.
Yeah, Loma had went to 135. So they didn't want that fight. That whole notion that Tank, Mayweather said the same thing about Pedraza, and look what happened to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we need to stop, putting so much emphasis on that.
I think Loma
didn't want Tank. Huh?
I think Loma will take the Tank fight because that's a huge payday for him. And that would be a great fight. But yeah, Big Dose, I know, because Tank was acting kind of nervous. And I think at that time, I don't think Tank was disciplined enough to beat Loma at that time, Big Dose. Because you remember Tank wasn't making weight correctly. He wasn't taking boxing seriously. Tank was still in and out of it. And I'm just being honest though, Big Dose. Like Tank now, he's focused. I believe that Tank right there wasn't focused enough, and I think Loma would have daggone. Tank might have still caught him with something, but I think Loma would have gave Tank more than he was asking for right there, because Tank wasn't the Tank we knew now. Tank was missing weight. He wasn't taking boxing seriously.
He only missed that one weight upper.
No, I'm talking about like he was getting fat in between training camps though. Like he wasn't staying on weight. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying missed weight. I'm talking about like He wasn't keeping his weight down. Like he would have to take fat camps and stuff. Like, yeah, Tank only missed weight one time, I do believe. And that was at 130.
Yeah, but
But
the thing is that when I think that they did try to, but I think Loma left. Loma left, and Bob said no. Just like in the summertime in July, if I recall, um, Bob turned down every fight that when Tank name was mentioned with Loma and Shakur. You know what I'm
because
saying? And then
Bob wants to do it on his platform. He doesn't want Bob doesn't want Shakur to fight on the PBC platform, because if he fights on the PBC platform, then Shakur is going to get introduced to that back end money. And then once Shakur get into that back end money, then he's going to realize what happened.
No. Right, okay, and I get that. But at the same time, first of all, to be honest with you, I don't think that Top Rank can really handle a Tank fight. You know what I'm saying? With
No,
the amount that
they
goes
can.
into it.
Nah, they don't have enough money to pay for a Tank fight.
Exactly. So I
And Tank
think
is
that's
not
really
going to do
one of
no
the
pay-per-view
leading
over
costs.
there. And he's not going
Exactly.
to do a
But they
pay-per-view over there
can.
because he's not going to get shitted. Nope.
Right. And but they could make it. Now, if they truly wanted to work out the specifics, but Bob and Al Heyman have a very special relationship. But I say that sarcastically.
But why would
Um
Tank doesn't have to see right now, Tank done made himself the A-side juggernaut. So if you're not fighting on Tank's platform, he doesn't have to make a fight with you, period. And see what Big Dose is talking about, like Loma, yeah, he was calling out Tank, but he was doing what most fighters do. He was doing like Pacquiao did to Floyd. They building their fighters up off PBC fighters' names.
exactly. I truly don't believe, like, yeah, he called them out, but I
He
can't
didn't
say
want to get
that
in there with
Tank
Tank.
ducked him. Exactly. I can't say that Tank ducked him because as soon as Tank got free and Loma was free, he went to 135. Like
He
I
didn't see
think we're
no
still
contract.
missing that puzzle. It was just it's the same thing with the Devin Haney situation. Devin and his team was doing all that craziness for Tank for a couple years while they were both involved in fights. And
And ran the
then
Regis ass.
now that they free, they tell Espinoza, "Oh, we going in another direction." And now
Exactly.
you want to, right? And then in the video that just came out yesterday, you said, "Oh no, Tank has to fight me at 140," but
Tank
I
don't have to
will
fight
fight
you at
that.
nothing. Yeah, he
Exactly.
said that, but that's why I say he delusional. Like, dude, if you fought Tank, you wouldn't get but 10%, honestly. And that 10% is more than you've gotten in your career. So, like, to sit there and think that you can have the audacity to tell the A-side juggernaut, Devin's not even the A-side versus Ryan Garcia. And all things to answer your question, I think at this point right now, Matias would beat Ryan, but I feel like it'll be a very close fight. I feel like Ryan needs another fight or two up under his belt and a little bit longer with Floyd and Derek James before he's able to beat Matias. But yes, I do believe Ryan has the capacity to be better than Matias. Ryan's ceiling. You don't know what Ryan's ceiling is. Just like Devin has a high ceiling, Ryan has an even higher ceiling. Because him and Devin, I felt like started with the same base, but he always had stronger hands than Devin.
Right.
And like I feel
Facts.
like his punching power is stronger than Devin, but I feel like with Floyd and Derek James, like y'all gonna see when this Oscar Duarte fight, y'all gonna see the evolution of Ryan. And after you see this fight right here, then you'll see what I'm talking about. You're gonna see how Ryan's done developed into a fight and how Ryan's gonna be the A-side boogeyman to a lot of people. And if your
Mm-hmm.
not name is not Tank, you're gonna be B-side versus Ryan Garcia. And like I said, if Ryan signs the Mayweather Promotions, hell, eventually, if he beats a couple people, then Tank might not be the A-side versus Ryan, to be honest. Because like I said, if Floyd gets behind Ryan Garcia, Ryan has the face and the popularity. He has over 20 million. Listen, y'all, he has over 20 million social media following. And he has the complexion, he has the face, and he's a model. Ryan would take over the face of boxing the same way Canelo did. And Canelo ain't a model, but they love him. And especially and Oscar De La Hoya, he's trying to bring Ryan's stock down, but he actually about to raise Ryan's stock to the roof. Nate Dogg, D1, salute, King, peace and blessings. But what he don't realize is he's about to get Ryan his Mexican fan base back. Because a lot of Mexican fans think Oscar Duarte is that dog. They think he's that killer. And if Ryan go out there and he beats Oscar Duarte, he's going to get all his stuff that he lost from losing the Tank. He's going to get it back and some.
I would still say a couple more fights. He needed Duarte and somebody else. Now, the fight that'll get him there, I will say this, the fight that will get him there is Tio. If he can come in and dominate Tio, then I'll give that to
But they're
him.
going to get behind him
But
anyway
I
for the
don't think
Mexicans,
that with
Puerto Rico.
Duarte. I
I
don't
said
think
for the
that with
Mexican. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I said that with Duarte, I hope I'm saying his name correctly.
We
I
don't
don't
know how to
think
say
that
it.
okay. I don't think that one fight is going to be a career defining moment.
No,
I think
that's
he's
not what I
going to need a
said.
couple more. I think he's going to need a couple more to get to that point.
No, what I'm
And
saying
he could
is
bypass all that if he was to just get in the ring with Tio.
no, what I'm saying is Duarte has the brawling Mexican fan base. Duarte is 26-1 with 21 knockouts. And he's a dangerous boxer. He's a dangerous, but like the Mexicans, the hardcore Mexicans, they love Duarte. They love how he goes in there and he circus people. And I said, Ryan go out there and he demolishes this man. I said, Ryan's going to get his Mexican fan base back. They're going to be like, okay, Ryan is back. You know, they're going to flock back to him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I could see that. Because he is a Duarte is a dog, and one thing that Hispanic fans do not like is quitters, and that's the
Exactly.
asterisk. That's the asterisk by Ryan name right now because he bent the knee.
Now you get
to
it. Now
Tank.
you smell what I'm cooking, Key. Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's why I said Ryan Oscar is trying to put the nail in Ryan's coffin. But what he did was actually give Ryan a springboard because they feel like Duarte is just as dangerous as Tank. The Mexican fighters do. And they feel like Duarte is going to bust Ryan up. That's what a lot of the consensus Mexicans are saying. And so, man, shout out to my guy Zenith with the $20 holler.
Zenith because
Huh?
I said Zenith don't be playing, bro.
Yeah, he said
Devin playing.
He said Devin ran to Eddie 5 days after Loma and ignored Kenny and Calvin tagging him on social the day after Loma. But when Devin and Tank wasn't free, Bill was popping up on Rise talking about fighting. It's the same PR plan over. Exactly, Zenith. And that's what I said. Loma's been doing it. All top ranked fighters do it. It started with Pacquiao doing it to Floyd. That's just how they doing. That's how they do it. And they had Tank coming out of jail free. Tank still ain't got a fight. And Devin still ain't said. Now Devin's saying that man name now that him and the Regis fight going. He trying to get extra sales off of it. That's how I feel. But
Okay,
yeah, like
well,
I was saying.
Go ahead, Upper.
I'm gonna let me just say this one thing, but this is what I'm saying. Oscar's trying to finish Ryan off before he sends him to Floyd. Now, Ryan stops this Mexican monster right here, Duarte, 26-1 with 21 knockouts. Ryan stops him. The Mexicans, they take that asterisk off Ryan's name, and now they're going to push behind Ryan the way they used to push behind Canelo because they know Canelo's getting long in years. So they need a face for Mexican boxing right now. They need that. And Ryan, he's young, he's pretty, and you know, he's the Muhammad Ali of Mexico. He's young and he's pretty. And all he got, and he's likable. Like people like him. He got 20 million followers. They like him. Go ahead. I know you was ready to cook on something. Go ahead.
Okay, so two things, yes, and also what Ryan do need to do in order to have a really true, solid Hispanic fan base, he needs to learn Spanish because there's a lot of comments out there that does not, a lot of Hispanics do not recognize him as Mexican because of the fact that he does not know Spanish, and that heritage is runs deep with them. So I will recommend that to Ryan. But hey, if it's not in the cards, it's just not in the cards. But anyways, what I wanted to say regarding the whole Ryan Garcia situation is that I feel as though after Diorte, he would need he can bypass a lot of those fights and get the signature fight with Tio and dominate Tio. Because to be honest with you, I don't think that I think top rank patients have ran thin with Tio. I really truly do. And so I wouldn't be surprised because, in my humble opinion, I think that Regis is being deactivated. He'll probably be a gatekeeper. Um, but I al- um, but I also feel as though I wouldn't be surprised if Tio was in that same conversation, right? Because he's just unpredictable and he's a young fighter. I could see why they would be wanting to push Regis out the way because Regis is a bit older. But
35.
Tio was,
But
yeah, but Tio was younger, and I think that they are like, I think they tired of Tio, and
see,
I
that's
get
what I
it.
say about Tio. Tio, he marches to his own drum. Like with the Camboso situation, you see, he took it to Triller. That's why I said if Tank wants to fight Tio, Tio will make that fight happen because Tio said he wants an 8-figure payday, and Tank and Ryan are the only people that can give it to him. And if they come to Tio wanting to fight, Tio's going to take that because Tio, like I said, his biggest fight was Camboso, which was like 1.7 million. He only got 1 million for fighting Loma. He only got 1 million for fighting Josh Taylor. Camboso was his biggest payday, and he felt like he hasn't been paid. So I'm talking like this, right? If Tank and them come to him with the fight, he's going to take the fight.
Well, okay, this is my thing. This is my thing. I don't believe that right now because, and I'm gonna take up for Devin in this instance. When Tio, I'm sorry, when Bill and Tio Senior were having a conversation, Tio Senior is on camera telling Bill Haney, "Yeah, we want to fight your son, but we want $10 million." In what universe for a Devin and a Tio fight?
Exactly.
I say
But
that
guess
to
what?
say this. But I
He
say
gets
that. Hold
10
on, real
million
quick.
versus Ryan or Tank, though. That's what I'm saying.
No, but see, the thing is that if he wants a fight with Tank, if he wanted 10 million for Devin, I can see Tio pricing himself out for a Tank fight
Nah,
because,
he was saying he.
like Coach Calvin said, when we come up, when we say Tank get 30 million and y'all get 2.5 million, then what? How bad do you really want it? Do you want to fight Tank for the legacy or you want to fight Tank for the money? That's how we about to start weeding them out. Shout out to the Rise podcast.
But
Make
see,
sure y'all subscribe to them.
yeah, I
But
know
that's
what you're
true.
saying.
Like, come on now.
But see, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Tio said that his next fight has to be for 8 figures. And what I'm telling you, Ryan Garcia or Tank brings that. Even if he took 25% versus Tank, Tank gave Ryan 40%. So if he gave Tio 25%, if they did 1 million, Tio gets his 8 figures. Like Tio knows that he has no other way to get that. If Tank and them came to Tio with a 20% deal, him and his father would take it because they know if Tank does 500,000 pay-per-view, so if he does 500,000 pay-per-view, right? That's 85. That's
Hmm.
85,000. 85 a pop, right? So that's 8.5 times 5. That's 4. Boom, boom. 5, 2. That's 4. That's 42 million. That's 42.5 million, right? Half of that would be 21. Half of that be 21. So 25% of that would be 11.5. So Tio and Tank will do more than 500K, but 500K, if he gets 20%, that's 9 million off 20%. That's 9 million off 20%. It's 11.5 off of 25%. So he knows taking that 20% will still get him his 8-figure payday because he's got a bet on the fact that they're going to do more than 500K plus a $20 million gate. So you got
But
to.
but if he overpriced himself for Devin at that time a couple months ago, in my humble opinion, and Reese said it was 20 million, not 10 million. So if he asked Devin Haney and Bill Haney for 20 million to fight Devin, what if he came to Tank asking, you
He's
know what
not
I'm
the A
saying,
side.
50 million?
He's not the A side, and Tank could turn his ass down. See, that's the thing. T.O. has never got more than $1.7 million. You can't come and say what you will and won't take. Either you take what it is or you miss the train, and you never get the train again. Tank don't need them. That's the point. People not understanding. Tank don't need them. Tank still gonna make his money regardless. He can turn around and fight Esau Cruises in them. He don't give a damn about this. This is like people don't realize Tank's about getting that bread. Tank's talking about retiring soon. Tank's done did anything he wanted to do in here. He's a 3-division champion and he's getting paid. And if you don't want to ride with the program, then you get left. You don't see Canelo sitting there damn doing all that shit right there. No, it's not gonna happen.
No,
And
yes,
I
and I
know,
get that, but I think that I wouldn't be surprised. What I'm saying is I wouldn't be surprised if T.O. would try to pull some slick like that because
man,
he
T.O. had to
totally
be the
outpriced
dumbest.
himself.
T.O. I
Hmm.
give T.O. and his dad more credit than that because I feel like they feel like T.O. deserves a 8-figure fight, right? They know
Right.
he's not gonna get that nowhere else. It's a take it or leave it deal with Tank. Tank and them sends the contract, it's take it or leave it. Tank and them is not going back and forth. If he sends the contract, T.O. try to negotiate, then you lift it. He's gonna move on. And then T.O. gonna realize he missed out and he's gonna come back. And when you try to come back, that's when the pot gets smaller. That's when the pot gets smaller. Because like I said, Tank don't need them. They need Tank. Tank gonna be all right. And see, that's why I was trying to
And with
explain to you
these
about boxing.
fights right now, right, and with
Huh?
these fights right now that's going on, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
With these fights that's going on right now, you're starting to hear a lot more and more about the money aspect of it. A lot of these, all these fights aren't happening not because of belts, but because of money. So when people want to make fun of or talk down on fighters such as Tank Davis and who else is Errol Spence, you know, basically the ones that's kept it real this whole time, letting y'all know what it's really about. Now y'all see where it, you know what I'm saying, now you guys are seeing this in real time, how this is coming about, how that, why belts, they're good to have, don't get me wrong,
But
but
they
it's
don't
really
feed the
about the
family.
money. It's
Belts
about
don't
the
feed your
money.
family. Yes, Devin when he got all
Exactly.
them belts. Devin when he got all them belts, but them belts ain't feed his family. Yeah, they may add an extra couple million to the back of his paycheck, but still, it still ain't doing what he wanted to do. Knockout sale,
Exactly.
great fight sale, exciting fighters sale, not belts. Belts is an
and
added
I, and I
ticker.
always come back and I always come back to this point. Do you think that Regis and Devin would have had a hard time finding a venue and a date if this was Devin fighting Tank?
Hell no.
As soon as that fight would have been made, as soon as it would have been announced that they were fighting, venues would have been calling them.
It would have been
That's
sold
the
out.
importance of the dollar. That's the importance of the dollar because that
If it was
equates
Devin
to
versus Tank, that
marketability.
shit would have sold out soon as they announced the fight. It would have been sold out and it would have been on back. And then they would have even made closed circuits like they did for the Ryan fight. They would have closed circuited at the MGM or somewhere because that fight right there would have did numbers, and people would have loved to seen it. That would have did over $20 million gate, and it would have been sold out the first day, the first 30 minutes, and that's just facts.
That's true, Brian. Belts are for leverage if you don't bring in the numbers. Exact. That's what we're seeing right now. That's what we're seeing
Exactly.
play out right now.
And
And
that's
they
what
can,
Devin's doing the Regis. And that's what they're
exactly.
doing
But
the
the thing
Regis
is,
right
again,
now.
I'm still, but I'm still confused as to how Regis wouldn't be the top contender in this because
Because
Regis
Devin is
can't take the
undisputed.
135 belts, but Regis can't take the 135 belts.
Because Devin is the former undisputed champion and he's moving up. And plus, he was Eddie Hearn's fighter first. So he has a better relationship to Eddie Hearn. And Regis, he hasn't fought nobody spectacular on his record. So Regis doesn't really have a fan base. And Devin just came off doing 150,000 on pay-per-view, something that Bud couldn't accomplish by himself. Like Bud couldn't do it with Sean Porter or nobody. He had to get Earl to do that. Bud did 10,000, 136,000, 149,000, and 50,000 on his 4 pay-per-views until he got with Earl. Devin did 150 on his first try. So I gotta give him credit for that and kudos for that. So in Eddie Hearn's eyes, that's a win-win situation right there, and it should only go nowhere but up, and that's the way they thinking. And with Regis, he's another big name, but Regis, like I said, hasn't had no big fights. He's been in the 140 division, and like I said, it ain't that many dynamic fighters that's in the 140 division at that time. Like I said, him and Josh had a fight, but it wasn't something dynamic. It wasn't spectacular. I mean, it was a great, great fight, but it wasn't a fight about skills. It was a come forward slobber knocker. Like it was a come forward, and they was just sitting there trying to beat each other's heads in, and that's what happened. It wasn't a display of the sweet science. It wasn't a display of hit and don't get hit or do this and that. It wasn't, and we're not gonna say it was. It was a straight out brawl that Regis got slighted on, basically, because I felt like he won it, but they didn't give him the nod.
Hold on, that don't stop. Big Doe says that don't stop Tank or his team from sending an offer. They don't know what Bill has planned. They didn't even try, but you giving him props for that. Big Dose, let me address something real quick. So, if it's so, how is business started? Is it started by just sending a contract, or do we have preliminary talks first? If I come to you and I say I want to fight your fighter, and you tell me no, we're going in a different direction, then why would I send a contract or an offer to any of that? That's number one. Number two, and nobody can seem to answer me this question. Why would Devin, after saying no to Espinoza, why would Devin send an offer, 25% lowball offer to Shakur Stevenson for a 135 fight if he was already in talks to go into 140 to fight Regis? And try to go after Tio's vacant belt, which he thought was vacant, but Tio smacked his hand and said, "What's up?" And Devin, instead of fighting Tio, went to Regis. Why? Why?
Oh, 1 second, Keith.
Why?
Hey, Philly. I always give Devin his credit, Philly. Like I respect Devin. I feel like Devin's a great fighter. I've never took nothing away from him. What I said was some of his fans are delusional. That's what I said. And I feel like Devin, he's on the great path and he's doing great things. And if he beats Regis, he gets my respect. But what I'm saying is a lot of the carpentry that Bill Haney and them do, I'm not with. But yes, I support all my young fighters. And as long as Devin is fighting the best and he's doing that, he's doing what we asked for. And I feel like we should support that. I'm not a hater. I just keep it real all the way around the board. If my favorite fighter's not doing the right thing, I'm gonna call him out for it. Like I really don't have a favorite fighter. My favorite fighter is called boxing. It's a sport that I grew up doing. It's a sport that I love. It's a sport that I want to see come back to the forefront. Like, we don't have as many boxers as we did back in the days because our great athletes are playing basketball and football. Just think if we had LeBron James in them boxing like they used to, then this would be a brilliant thing. Big Dose
I really
here.
want Big Dose. Okay, go ahead, Big Dose.
All right, let me answer your question. He was not in negotiations with old boy that he about to fight when he sent that offer to Shakur. So where you get that from?
He wasn't. So they weren't actively talking. They weren't talking about the fight and being in negotiations.
They wasn't in no negotiations. They wasn't in no negotiations.
They was talking about the fights though.
They weren't. So when
they wasn't in no negotiations.
They were in negotiations. No, Big Dose. They were in negotiations. They sent the first offer. They sent the first contract at the end of July, beginning of August, and Regis signed for that. That's on record. Regis said it. They sent him. He signed for 2 dates. It was the third date that finally got agreed to, which was December 9th.
Exactly. And see, also before the Regis, he even talked to Regis, Tank was released. And Steven Espinosa also went to Bill Haney and Devin. They said they're going in another direction. This is before they even signed with Regis. This is before they even went back to Eddie Hearns. And I mean, it's just all real
After
quick.
the fight, after Regis's fight, Bill Haney was there on a FaceTime video with Devin and gave the phone to Devin. I mean, gave the phone to Regis, and they was saying that they was gonna fight then. Like, come on now, we not gonna do that. We not gonna do that.
He knows her stuff, buddy.
Okay. Oh, damn, I'm in the show. My bad. Salute to the channel.
Go ahead, Thomas. Go ahead, Big Dose. Upper, hold it down for a couple minutes.
Hold it down, King. Hold it down. Yo, shout out to my main man Zenith, Big Dose, Brian King B. Falcone, D1, A Dog in the house, the upper echelon man, Reed 215 Philly, that whole all things, J.A. Dixon, my guy, D for the win, my guy, Mike Ryan, and
salute to Al Booger and D for the win. I ain't acknowledged y'all when y'all first came in. I'm sorry about that. Peace and blessings.
Al Boogie, my God, that guy right there, no, he the man. But yeah, shout out to my man Big Dose. Big Dose, I want to make sure you always know that, bro. When I'm talking about Haney fans, I'm talking about the Haneyites, bro. I'm not talking about a logical fan. I'm talking about one who sees stuff that happens right before their face, and even though it happened before their face, they still say something that they want to believe.
I'm talking about the coaches. I'm talking about the coaches that'll sit there and blindly push a narrative when they see that it's wrong, and they still try to push it. Like the ones that try to put a square peg in a circle.
Facts, and that happens. I'm talking to. That happens a lot with David Haney fans, and it happens a lot with Crawford fans.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They just got they got a parallel universe that we not regulated in, and I just want to make that.
They're the same fans. Some of them are.
You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, bro, like what Up just said before anything, dog, I rock with people because I like their vibe. I like they get down in the ring as well too. So if your vibe is like something I would rock with on a regular, then I'm gonna be more inclined to look at your fights. And if you get down in the ring like I think a person should, I'm gonna watch your fights. But I like boxing, bro. And boxing supersedes any damn fighter, bro, because it's the sport that they in. And I'm gonna watch that more so than anything. That's why I will not hate on the Devin Haney.
Exactly.
Because
that man's doing what we want. He's giving us the fights that we asked for. And that's why I'm gonna buy his and Floyd's fights because I want to see Floyd's undercard, and plus I want to see him versus Mikey. But I'm also buying the Devin fight because he's giving us a great fight, and I hope he does do better the next go round. I hope he does do better than 150 because then we'll get better fights.
But you gotta
go ahead.
Oh my bad. No. You wasn't finished. Go ahead, bro.
Now what I was saying, people see it when fighters see that they can make this money, then they'll be more inclined to make these fights. That's why I'm always with a fighter selling good and doing what they got to do because as boxing fans, that's how we win. Because Devin has a good fight right here. And then, Devin might take a T.O. fight or a Matias fight. But like I said, I don't think Devin's going to stay too much longer in the 140 division because I feel like that 5 pounds ain't enough for him. That 5 pounds is not really that much because he's starting to put on muscle density as well.
Yeah, that boy big.
Mrs. Just Do, peace and blessings, Queen. Peace and blessings. Welcome to the show. Y'all shout out Miss Just Do.
Salute to the Queen, Mrs. Just Do, keeping the Just Do family on lock, making sure ain't nobody coming in here with the nonsense or the napalm, because if anybody's dropping bombs, it's gonna be Mrs. Just Do. Please believe me. But yeah, Big Dose. Man, I'm gonna be real with you. The stuff only really happens when they gotta fight or when Tank is about to fight and afterwards. It don't never really happen. You don't see them coming in places and populating the chats and coming through saying stuff. And that's a problem because like a lot of times it's just to sell the fight. And I get it, man. I know Devin ain't afraid to get in the ring with people, but at the same time, they're gonna move smart. Right now, the biggest thing that go ahead.
Let me ask
Luke Weedy Gonzalez.
First of all,
hold on one second. Let me give a shout out to Brian King, Weedy Gonzalez, and Coach Amber. Peace and blessings. And between rounds, peace and blessings. All right, go ahead.
Let me address what the Queen said real quick. I just looked it up. Devin Haney was given an extension by the WBC to try to make the Regis Prograis fight July 27th. It was already videos out about Devin Haney sending Shakur the offer July the 20th. So
okay. No, listen to what you say. You said extensions was on the 26th, right?
Right.
But he sent Shakur the offer on the 20th, right?
Right.
So that means
not on the 20th. No, that ain't what I said.
Big dose. No, listen to what you said.
I said it was already
big
videos
dose
out by the 20th.
Okay, by the 20th. So if they giving him an extension on the 26th, that must mean he had a time period before then, which is usually 15 days. No matter of fact, I do remember he had like 10 days. No, wasn't it like 10 or 15 days he had to decide? Because everybody was doing a countdown. Because they was doing a countdown on what he was going to decide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they was doing a countdown on what Devin was supposed to decide. And
so
no. And after the countdown, that's when he got the extension. So yes, he knew about this like 3 weeks prior, buddy.
So
I remember the countdown.
My whole point is they sent the offer to Shakur. She's saying that, the offer, he never had no intentions on fighting Shakur. How we know? How we know that?
Because he moved up. Because he moved up and went to Regis.
We don't know because Shakur said no.
No, Shakur didn't say no.
Yes, he did say no.
No, Big Dose. We're not Big Dose. You're my guy, Big Dose, but we're not about to gloss over this.
That's the truth, bro. He said no to the offer that was sent.
No, he didn't say no. He did. Hold on.
He went around and did this and did that.
No, what he did was bro, hold on, bro. I'm gonna let you go, but what he did was make sure the offer was real because he made it where Devin couldn't back out of it unless he wanted to lose his belt. And that's what he did. He made sure that it was set in stone. He didn't say no. He made sure it was set in stone. And then he said, who are you to say that I get 25 and you get 75? Let's let the WBC decide it. So he didn't say no. He said, hell yeah, if you want to be honest, because he put Devin in a situation, either you fight me or you vacate your belt. And Devin vacated his belt.
He put Devin in a situation to where he don't have no control of Devin's move anyway. He's trying to make Devin do something that you want him to do, but you ain't got no control of that. You ain't no ace.
Okay, so really, Shakur said yes to the fight. Devin, if he had any intent, Robert Hill, salute. Alexander Lau, salute, Kings. If he had any intentions of fighting Shakur, when Shakur became the mandatory, he would have took the fight.
Man, that's just crazy to me, bro.
I mean, it's called logic, bro.
No, bro, because
salute, King.
So if Tank offered Devin 20%, and Devin say, nah, let me go around to this sanctioning body and try to, y'all gonna say he ducked.
No, we're not. But you know what? With Tank's bargaining, look, I'm gonna tell you one thing about no, I won't say that. But what you gotta understand is they also take into your facts and figures into calculations. And if Devin did do that, they would take in the fact that Tank, he done sold 1.6 million and Devin did 150,000. That's not even 1%. That's not even 1%. Listen, this is 0.07%.
Hey, can you put the link in the chat?
150,000. Listen, 150,000 compared to 1.6 million is 0.07%. So they would have gave Devin less than 10%.
Guess what Tank team gonna say though? What the fuck?
No, they're gonna let it go to there, and they're gonna let the WBA. The WBA is gonna give him 10%.
Leonard Ellerby already said the sanctioning bodies don't dictate nothing to us, but y'all wanted to dictate something to Devin. Y'all don't call that out.
But this is what I'm saying. Devin is trying to give it. No, hold on. Who is Devin to say this man's worth 75%? Shakur brings a fan base as well. So Devin would be getting all this money. That's like me and you go to my plug, and my plug throw us something for the low, right? He throw us something for the low, and then you trying to sell it to my people and everything, and trying to give me what you want to give me. No, If my fans is coming and your fans is coming too, what makes you get 75% and I only get 25%? It's
If
it's it's
I'm
a it's
if
a
I'm
it's
selling a brick a week and you're only selling an ounce a week, I'm gonna get more from the plug.
but if it's my work and it's my plug, without my plug, you don't get that.
But it ain't his plug. What you talking about?
How
And
it ain't his plug? Shakur has his own fan base.
he got Sonny. He
Okay,
got.
look, Devin Haney did 150,000 with Loma. We're not gonna say how many of them fans was Loma's fans, right? And I guarantee you, him and Shakur does more than 150,000. So if we was to say 75, well, half of Loma's that was Devin's fan base, half of it was Devin fan base, right? So if Devin and Shakur do it and they do over 150,000, then should Shakur get the difference?
Where you
So if
get
they
that?
do so if they do 300,000, should Devin only get the 75,000 and Shakur gets the 225?
Where you get the 150 from?
That's what they did. They did 150,000 on pay-per-view.
You can't tell me where you got that number from?
It's facts. It's out there. They did 150,000. They broke even on Top Rank.
Rick Glazer or somebody? Some hate?
No, bro. It's right there on Boxing Forum, bro. It's right there.
It's on Boxing Forum? Okay.
Yeah, Shakur. Shout out to my man Zenith with another $20 holler. Shakur was the mandatory. So the sanctioning bodies dictate he split if no split agreed on. Those trying to compare a voluntary to a mandatory. The WBC was ready to order purse bid. Devin said no and chose Regis. The end. Facts.
That's right, because Shakur don't.
This is what I'm saying. Like I said, Devin and Shakur, Devin and Loma.
Offer, I'm moving on. He don't dictate nothing.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. So who's the dictate that Shakur gets 25%?
The undisputed champion.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying.
135.
So if Tank went against the undisputed champion, does he get to dictate what Tank gets?
If Tank go to the because Tank the A side.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. You saying Tank's the A side, right? All I'm saying is inside the square circle with my guy Judah. Salute, Judah. Hold on one second. What I'm saying is they could have went to the sanctioning body and let the SSM, peace and blessings. They could have went to the sanctioning body and let them decide. That way it would have been up. It wouldn't have been up for discussion. Everybody would have been straight. Couldn't nobody say nothing. But like I said, Devin did 150,000 with Loma, which is good numbers. Did better than all of Crawford's pay-per-views put each time. But this is what I'm saying. We don't know how many of them fans was Loma's and how many of them fans was Devin's. But let's just say he did 150,000. Okay, if Shakur and Devin do a pay-per-view and they do over 150,000, does Shakur get the balance? Do we give Devin the 150,000 and give Shakur whatever's left over? Because then that'll show you what was Shakur's fans, right? But it'll say what extra eyes was brought to that fight because of Shakur's presence. Because Shakur has a fan base that sells out. He sells out every time he goes out.
Yeah, because he's fighting at home every time.
Okay, so does Devin get? Does Devin get the credit for Shakur's fans as well, or do Shakur only get 25% for his fans as well?
Arena empty right now. Arena damn near empty right now. He got 3 weeks to fight.
This thing is gonna be sold out. The NASCAR done bought all the tickets, bro.
Sold out.
NASCAR bought all the tickets. Shakur thing will be sold out. They done bought all the tickets out, bro.
Who bought them out? Because it ain't showing it on the website.
They have all the tickets. Watch. The Formula One, they're gonna give them all the tickets away out there because they're gonna buy the tickets and give them out. That's why they did this on a Thursday. That's why they did it on Thursday for the racing fans to have something to do. They're gonna be comp.
Boxing, man.
Huh?
Them rednecks don't even watch boxing.
Man, they're gonna watch it because they need something to do in Vegas. They're gonna do it.
Yeah, they give them to them for free. Yeah.
Now they're not gonna do it. See, NASCAR is the big corporation that's gonna buy it.
It's F1.
Okay.
I mean, it's still about the racing people. It's Formula One. Formula One is still driving.
Answer this one question. What other elite fighter sent Shakur any damn thing?
Nobody.
But you sent them something and took it back.
But the one who did send him something is the Duck.
Oh my!
Hey,
Okay, listen,
I
hold
didn't say
on.
nothing
Whoa, whoa,
about ducking,
whoa, whoa,
bro.
whoa.
I never said he ducked.
What?
I never said he ducked.
I'm
I
talking
never
about
said
his
he ducked.
co-host. Your co-host said he ain't really want to
Not
fight.
one
How
time
you
did I
doing,
say Devin
sweetheart?
ducked nothing. I would never say Devin ducked Shakur to fight Regis. I never said he ducked. What I
No,
said
you
was,
didn't.
huh?
You didn't. I ain't putting that on you.
Nah,
Other
I would
people.
never call Devin a hell no. Regis is not a duck. Like that's a good fight. Like shit. I mean, I understand that, but I'm just saying we was talking about the splits, and that's what I was talking about. What's going on, Deborah and Cade? Key, you back?
I'm back. I'm here. My bad, man. I just wanted to come up, say what's up to you and Key. Give you all your flowers. Say what's up for the day. I'm gonna slide back into the chat. I got shit going on.
Oh, you good, bro? You know how we run that. My
I
man
know what
Judah.
it is, Cat. I
King
know
Judah,
what
go
it
ahead
is.
and hit me with that Devin logic. My man King Judah is the biggest Devin fan ever.
Man, what's going on? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you, bro.
All right.
There's a
So look, the
bell.
first thing I want to talk about is like bro, we gotta be more. We gotta start being more honest, bro, about some of the how I want to say it, the undercover hate for Devin Haney. Because a lot of the logic that people use to discredit Devin, you turn right back around and use that to praise somebody else. A lot of y'all say that Devin not worth 75% because Shakur gonna bring fans, right? But Shakur has never been on pay-per-view ever. But you turn around when you wanted to discredit Crawford when he was fighting Spence, you said that Splits was determined by past pay-per-view performances. But in the case of Shakur versus Devin, the fact that he don't have a past pay-per-view performance at all, that doesn't mean nothing. He still deserves 50-50 with Devin Haney.
I never said 50-50. I
He
just
don't. He
said
don't.
20.
Up, brother. He don't deserve shit because he never fought on pay per view ever.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. Mikey Garcia never
Okay,
fought on
Upper, can you
pay-per-view,
hear
but
me?
I can hear you, Keith. Mikey Garcia never fought on pay-per-view, but he got 50-50 with Earl, 17 million. This is what I'm saying. Earl knew what Mikey Garcia fan base brought to it. He see what the fan base brought to it. And I'm not saying Shakur deserved 50-50. No, I didn't say that. I just said 25%. That's a little too much. I would have been good with him taking 30, 35%. Why not? He has a fan base. It's going to do more than 150,000. And that's why I said, okay, Devin did 150,000 on pay-per-view. Okay, make that be the marker in the contract. Is that okay? I did 150,000 with Loma, right? So we don't know how many of them fans was Lomas, and we don't know how many of them was Devins, right? So let's take that 150 and put a marker in like Floyd do. Floyd will put a marker in once we reach this threshold right here, then we can talk turkey. So, okay, you want to do it like that. Okay, give Shakur 25% until we reach 150, then 50-50. Because we passed your fan base now, and they can do stuff like that. We passed your fan base now. So why we can't do it like that?
All right. Another thing I want to say, because my thing is, I'm past that, bro. I've been doing this for a year. While I sit there and
Hold on,
argue,
Upper.
I'm not gonna change no.
Hold
Okay,
on. Let
hold
my
on. One
co-host
sec.
speak. Go ahead, Key. What you say?
Okay, first of all, I think that everybody, it appears, I'm not, let me not put that jacket on anybody. It appears that people are missing the main point in this. Okay, as I said earlier, number one, what is greater, 30 or 25? If this is about the WC belt, the mandatory split starts at 30%.
Facts.
Okay, that's number one. If Devin wanted to truly wanted to embarrass Shakur, he could have offered 31%. To be like from a business perspective, logically speaking, it could have been 31%, not 25. Okay, that's number one. Number two, since Devin when
You cutting out, Key.
Shakur said
You cutting out, Key.
they came back and said,
You're cutting out, Key.
okay.
Key, you over there remixing.
Key, you cutting out.
But I will say this though. I don't believe I didn't hear Up say that Devin ducked. Nobody ever accused Devin of ducking. He said he
Now
didn't
you
want to
can't
fight.
duck. You can't duck Shakur for Regis. That's not possible. No.
He said
No,
he
the,
didn't
the
want to fight,
problem,
and
the
also
problem. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead, Judy.
Listen, what I'm trying to say is like I was trying to tell Upper, I'm off the arguing different, I'm not trying to prove nobody or change nobody's mind at this point. What I'm trying to do is point out inconsistencies. Another inconsistency is that Devin should have waited on Shakur. Like Devin should have been an A side, the one who brought the money to the table and the belts, but he should have waited on Shakur to go another route to get more money than he was offered to begin with. But in the same token, when Devin Haney wanted to fight Tank Davis and he threatened to go and make himself a mandatory and force that fight, Tank said, "I'll drop this belt before I let you go around me to get more money out of me," and y'all supported that shit. But when Devin do it to Shakur, it's a problem now. Because guess what? I would have did the same thing to Shakur, because it don't matter whether we about to fight or if I catch you in the street and you starving. If I offer you $10 and you tell me anything other than you accept it and you want more out of me, I'm gonna leave your ass where I found you.
But you know,
Because you
you
don't
and I
have
both
nothing at
know,
all.
Judah. You and I both know, Judah, that was a fuck you offer because what he said it said about Lomachenko. We both knew that. He knew that was a fuck you offer. And I'm not saying he didn't have the right to make it. He could have made it, yeah. But what I'm saying is you can't call the way this started is they said that Shakur ducked. And I said you can't call him in a duck for putting Devin in a situation where he either has to fight or vacate. That's what the argument was. It wasn't about the split. It was about that they calling him a duck. And I said, how you gonna make him a duck when he made that the fight had to happen?
I feel you. Hey, you know what? And I'm the type of y'all might
And
hear
I'm
me
gonna tell you like
sometime.
this. And yes, he did that so the split wouldn't be like that. So yeah.
My
So
thing
this
is, like, y'all might
No,
hear
he
me call
didn't.
Shakur
No,
a duck.
stop it, Upper. Don't do
Y'all
that.
might hear me.
you
Let me
say
say this.
what?
Y'all might hear me call Shakur a duck if I'm joking, right? I'm joking or I'm going in it with a
He didn't do
Shakur
what,
fan. They done piss me
Key?
off. Go ahead.
Hold on, my bad, Judah. He didn't do what, Key?
I say he didn't do that. That he left because of the split. Don't do that, Upper. He left because he don't want to fight that man.
I didn't say he left the belt. That's not what I said. I said he
Oh,
went
okay. I
around that.
thought
I
maybe I
said
came in on the wrong sound bite, but I'm about to say, like, no,
no,
Devin does
Key.
not want to
This
fight
what I said.
Shakur. I
No,
don't
what
care
I
what
said.
nobody say.
Key,
He
And I
don't want to
Key.
fight
disagree
that
with
man.
you,
Hold on,
Queen.
Key.
I
Hold on,
disagree with
everybody.
you.
Hold up. What I said, Key, is the reason why Shakur went around like that is because of the split. That's what I said. I ain't said nothing about Devin leaving about nothing. I didn't say nothing like that.
Okay, sorry. I came in on the wrong sound bite. My apologies.
All right, y'all go ahead.
Yeah, that's still at the end of the day, that's her opinion. We speaking facts right now. And
So if
let
Y'all
me
somebody
correct
offer
you.
you,
Let
so
me
hold on.
correct
If
you on
somebody
something,
offer you,
let me correct you on something real quick, Upper. When Spence fought Mikey Garcia, wasn't that Spence's first pay-per-view too?
Nope. He did a pay-per-view with Kell Brook, bro.
Was that pay-per-view?
Yes, it was.
I thought it was a free fight.
It was free fight to us, but it was pay-per-view to the UK.
Okay. All right.
Anything else, bro?
I want to ask y'all this. So Shakur fight he got coming up with De Los Santos, is that pay-per-view?
Nah.
So upper, bro, you a dude that got a lot of comments. Listen at what we talking about. Shakur came in never having a pay-per-view. Devin Haney offered him one. He felt like he should have had more money, never had a pay-per-view before ever. And as soon as he moved on, Devin moved on from him, the motherfucker still can't get on pay-per-view.
But he getting $5 million for this fight, though, bro.
He
He's
don't
getting $5 million.
he don't have bargaining power. That's the point I'm making. You don't have no bargaining power. None.
I know, but he got. I mean, I feel what you saying, but he got enough to get $5 million for this fight, though, bro. That's a lot of money for one fight. Ain't that what Devin made versus Loma for his pay-per-view?
Yeah. See, the thing is, like I said, I can't. You know, so I'm not breaking down the amount of money he gonna make. I'm telling you the percentages that somebody with power gonna give him. When I got that
I
much
mean,
power
yeah. I
on
mean,
you,
I feel you. I mean,
you
I'm
don't
gonna tell
have
you like
no.
this. Like they could, if they really wanted to, they could put it on pay-per-view, but it wouldn't probably do that well. I mean, De Los Santos is a good fighter and it's more dangerous than people think it is, but it's not a pay-per-view fight. And like the reason why, I mean, Devin's moving up and he's fighting a champion. Honestly, this ain't a pay-per-view fight, but I'm glad it's on pay-per-view because I mean it's giving them a chance to give us a great fight. It's not a pay-per-view fight. The majority of these fights that we see now aren't pay-per-view fights, but they're putting it on pay-per-view. Because if I remember back in boxing, HBO would have played all these fights. Like, I don't think not one fight, maybe the Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence probably would have been the only pay-per-view fight in that era. But the
That's
rest
a
of these
fact.
fights, would have been on HBO late night on Saturday.
Now
That's a fact.
another thing I want to bring up is like we just look at what Crawford did to Errol Spence. He ultimately won that fight But Crawford was able to go in there and play mind games with the A side to the point Spence wasn't even a motherfucking A side no more
Know
by
what
the
it
time the fight
was?
started. Now
See,
you got,
he'd never do that to nobody else. It was that Spence wanted it that bad. Spence wanted the payday that bad. He missed this big payday with Pacquiao.
what I'm trying to
And
say is Devin Haney was not about to let Shakur, Terrence Crawford protege, do him the same thing when he brings nothing to the table to begin with.
you know
Yeah,
something.
I
And that's
feel that,
Devin.
Judah.
And look, and check this out. I don't have no problem with nothing that Devin did. I don't look. Devin runs his business. I'm not here to say what a fighter deserves, what he can and can't do. I feel like if it makes business, it makes sense. The only thing that brought me to this situation is somebody was sitting there calling Shakur a duck, and I'm saying he did not duck because, if you think about it, he forced Devin to have to renegotiate or move up. That's what I was saying. That's how we got
Oh,
started on this because they
I,
called Shakur a duck.
I feel you because guess what? I'm like I said, like I was saying at first, y'all might hear me, bro. If I'm going in it with a Shakur fan, they done piss me off. I jump on that, yeah, he ducked. But the reality is, I don't think he's scared of Devin Haney, and I think he can beat Devin Haney. I don't actually think he ducked, but I do think he was stupid for not taking that offer. And my thing is now on the other hand, y'all can be like, hey, that man know what he was willing to fight for, and that wasn't it. That's fine too. But my thing is this here. Don't I'm one of them people, the way I told y'all how I look at life. Don't ever come to me offering nothing and then I offer you something and you tell me it's not good enough and think I'm not about to walk off on your ass.
Okay. Thank you for your thank you for it. Let me go ahead real quick, y'all. 2 seconds, okay? Here's my assessment of the situation, and it's not based on opinion. It's based on the facts that I've seen that has been outlined and presented to me. Number one, let's start with the facts here. Number one, Shakur Stevenson got in a ring with Devin Haney. There was no back and forth. There was no banter. Devin Haney left. That's a fact. Regardless of what happened outside the ring, regardless of if life was in danger and all this other stuff, he left. That's a fact. We all seen that. Number two, Devin Haney presented Shakur with a 25% offer for the WBC because that's what he was stripped of. He did not drop the belt. He was stripped of the belt. That's a fact. The mandatory for the WBC belt is 30%. You come to me saying I will fight you for 25%, and I know damn well that it is 30%. It's not based on values, it's not based on pay-per-view sales, it's not based on t-shirt sales, who has the most amount of Instagram followers, none of that stuff. Is based on what they present as the instructions of the split for it, for the WBC. It is 30%. If I know that I can get 30% instead of being 25%, because number one, I'm shortchanging myself. Number two, Bob Arum would shortchange himself because why would Bob Arum agree to 25% when he knows that the thing is 30%? So you mean to tell me Bob Arum finna take lesser money? Get the fuck out of here. Number three, when offered, when he tried, when Shakur Stevenson and his team, I continue to say Shakur Stevenson has the most underrated legal team and management team in boxing. He has an excellent team. They positioned him, and the statement is public records. Everybody can go read it. And the WBC agreed, and they stripped Devin Haney. He decided not to fight Shakur Stevenson and go the Regis Prograis route. So I don't care if it's, oh well, he should have took this. Not to mention, let's talk about the Cambosis logic. Devin Haney did not get 22% for the Cambosis logic. If you go and look at the court filings that Cambosis filed, because Cambosis was jip money, if you do the percentage of what Cambosis got and the money that he's talking about, which is a public record, he got up to 40%, damnly near. Not to mention, it is rumors that he got back in money too. So stop, don't do that.
That's
I
a
don't
fact.
like it when y'all Haney, and I like Devin Haney. But let's call a spade here. My analysis in all of this is that Devin Haney don't want to fight that man. Point
Yeah.
blank.
Everything
I
you
would
said,
have
you missed the
respected the
most
fact if
important.
he would have sent Shakur Stevenson a 31% offer. Then I would say Shakur ducked Devin, not 25. There's
Yeah,
no
but you
way he
missing
can
the
get
most
out of that.
important part. You
There's
missing the
no way
most
he can get out
important
of that.
part. Like one thing you missed was the most important part, that Devin have all the leverage. He don't have to wait around for Shakur to go find another way to get more money than he was willing to offer him to begin with. I don't have to wait on you to do that. I don't. Once I have all the power, I do not have to wait on you to find a way to get more money out
Okay,
of
and
me
that's
than
why
I
you
was
get
willing to offer
stripped.
you.
And that's why you get stripped, King Judah. He
That's
got
fine.
stripped instead of standing 10 toes down and fighting a man who put out a video of his father being secretly recorded. He refused to fight a man that got in the ring with him and called him out and said Lomachenko won. He refused to fight a man that Shakur then pretty much since he got in the 135 weight class has tried to has came at Devin. He refused to fight him. He wants to go up to Regis Prograde. Nobody has Devin losing that fight, might I add. Nobody. Everybody knows that this is going to be a cakewalk for Devin Haney.
Why is
Okay?
that when Devin ain't no good? Why is that?
No, wait a minute. No. Everybody has Devin winning that fight. Maybe 2 or 3
Why?
people I've seen.
Shit,
But
Y'all got
everybody
most of
has
y'all
Devin
said
Haney
Devin
winning that
wouldn't even
fight.
go. Most of y'all said Devin wouldn't even go to 140 because of Regis.
Okay,
All
don't
of a
say
sudden
that
it done
over
changed.
here because none of us said that. We've all, especially Upper, has always campaigned that Devin Haney is not a 140 fighter. He should be a 147, 154. So no, not over here on this channel. And we
Okay.
like Devin Haney. Before you even came on, I was giving Devin Haney his props. I'm one of the only ones that says I got Devin Haney beating Matias and giving Gary Antoine Russell Jr. a run for his money because I know that Devin Haney is a banger. Okay, I just don't like the BS narratives that they try to fight. The assertion is that Shakur ducked. The assertion is that Shakur should have took the 25% because Devin Haney did. Devin Haney did not take 22% with Cambosis. Devin Haney should have sent a 30 to a 31% offer to Shakur because at the end of the day, he got stripped. He did not drop the belt. He got stripped because he did not fight Shakur Stevenson.
Okay.
And now Shakur
That's because he
Stevenson
don't
is
have
looked
to.
at as the boogeyman,
Let me address
not
her
Devin
point real
Haney.
quick. Okay, you said first of all he got in the ring with Devin, and Devin walked out the ring. Well, why didn't he come over to Devin then? He got in the ring after Devin stopped talking, after Loma was done talking, and they sweeping up the damn floor. Like
Wait a
that's
minute.
something.
So that's
Like that's
another
something. When
goalpost.
he was
Come
at
on,
the
big
party,
dog.
hold
Come
on,
on,
I ain't
big dog
interrupt you,
king.
Queen. I ain't interrupt you.
Go ahead.
When he
Go
was
ahead.
at the party with Devin, he wanted to send signs and bottles and stuff. Why didn't he go over there and talk to the man? You right there with him. You in a privately invited party. Why don't you take your ass over there and talk to him then, since you wanted that bad? He didn't do none of that.
But
Second of all, you talking
Go ahead.
about he offered him 25% for the WBC. Oh, if I'm not mistaken, if he fought Shakur would get all them belts, not just the WBC. So yeah, that's why he offering him 25%.
If
He
he
got 4 belts on the line, not just the WBC.
No, first of all, no. Pause. What did he petition for? The WBC. Therefore, that 4-belt argument is negated. That has
But he
nothing
gets
to
all
do.
the belts if they
It's
fight
a
though.
mandatory WBC fight, not a
Okay,
voluntary.
so he don't gotta take
not
that
a voluntary.
He feel like
So
he
he
worth
went for 1
25%.
belt.
He
The
don't gotta
1 belt
he don't
standard
gotta
is
give him more.
30%. The 1 belt
Okay,
standard
so
is
he
30%.
felt like he was worth 25%. He don't gotta give him more. Shakur
No,
ain't
the
did nothing at
WBC is worth, the
135.
standard is
Nathan,
30%. Why can't y'all
what has
accept that?
Shakur done at 135?
Why can't y'all
The
accept
only
that?
thing I accept, I don't understand why that's a talking point. You talking about somebody jumping in the ring and looking at him, and then he was talking about his daddy. All that shit is emotional. Devin Haney is a grown ass.
It don't matter. It wasn't emotional when Devin got in the ring. It wasn't emotional when Devin got in the ring with Ryan. It wasn't emotional when Devin pulled up on Tio. But now all of a sudden that is Shakur. Now it's emotional. Come on, y'all gotta
And that's
stop
fine. Guess what?
this
And we
shit.
ain't talked
Now I
about
see
Devin
why
jumping in the
Fanon
ring.
be
We ain't
going
talked about
off.
Devin jumping in the ring with him in years because it don't matter. The only thing
Y'all
that
gotta
matters is
stop
Devin Haney
this. Y'all
became
gotta stop
Got
this.
understood.
to.
When the goalpost has moved and it's another person, it's Devin is the victim. Y'all
That's
gotta
all
stop this.
movement.
Y'all gotta
Nobody
stop
is a
this.
victim.
It's
Shakur
always
made his
movement.
decision. Shakur made his decision and he lost. Ultimately, he lost.
Devin made the decision to get out of the ring and not promote the fight. Right then and there, told us he did not want that fight till later time.
Devin
You guys
ran
just
and got
choose
stripped.
to ignore that over and over and over
He
again.
won. They
And try
all
to
knew that they wasn't gonna fight till later. They all knew that. All
He
this stuff that
ran
he
and
been
got
doing is just the rules
stripped.
for y'all.
He got stripped
Honey,
of his
he
title.
ran
Shakur
and
own people
Kings.
told y'all that
He
Shakur was
ran and got
he was
stripped.
advised to turn
He
Devin down until
ran
next
and
year.
got
Y'all didn't
stripped.
hear that either, huh?
He
Y'all
Even the
didn't hear that
ran
either.
record
and
that
got
Shakur
stripped.
played
Shakur is giving out title
shows
shots
y'all that
to
they had
Devin
an
Haney's title.
understanding they wasn't gonna fight till later. The recording show you that because
Bro,
Bill said it on the recording.
Devin,
But now y'all acting like y'all ain't hear it when y'all
Devin's
don't want to hear
strap
it.
What
is
are you
getting
talking
Bro,
fought
about?
for
He
y'all
by
said,
really
no, no,
got
no,
a
no.
really got
He
a
said
lot
if
of
one
anger.
thing,
It get
Y'all
too
got a
hot
lot
here,
of
we
anger
moving
because
up.
Shakur didn't
Right?
have leverage when he was dealing with Devin, and he have even less leverage now. That's what y'all pissed off
Well,
about.
guess what? He gets
That's what y'all pissed off about.
30%
No
mandatory
matter
split.
how,
Your
no
boy
matter what you say,
vacated.
guess who
I think
won?
he got kicked
Guess who
off.
won?
Key, come
Guess who
on back.
won? Guess who won? Guess who won? No matter how you look at it, Devin, because he's still been undisputed before. He's still fighting for
Are
a
you back,
championship,
Key?
and guess who fighting
can
on
you hear
pay-per-view
me?
again?
Yeah, I
That
can hear
may
you.
sound
Guess who
good to
fighting on
fifth
pay-per-view
graders,
again?
dog. That sounds good to fifth graders, but people that know boxing and know better, that shit
I
don't
know
fly.
boxing. I
First
know
of all,
I
hold
know
boxing.
on,
you
wait,
do,
wait, wait,
Devin
Judah.
wait.
I
D1
know
Haney,
you
King,
do,
is
homie.
D1,
still
I
and
got
he's
you. I
fighting.
got you, King.
And
Hold
he's
on,
fighting
I'm finna
scared.
blow all of this out the water. I'm finna blow all of this out the water
Talk
since
to him,
y'all
Key.
want to say that since y'all want to say that Devin looks good. Let me show you how Devin looks in these streets for real, for real. Number one, this is the same team that passed out Tank mugshots when he went to jail. Number two, this is the same team that put out videos of Tank sparring, trying to interrupt his fight, take the attention off of his fight. Number three, this is the same team that made a video saying they smoking on a Tank pack, right? Number four, this is the same team that when Shakur got into the ring, he ran out. Regardless of what y'all want to say he could have done, he ran out. He did not engage with Shakur.
And
I
Shakur
just beat the shit out of
You're
the
not
great
staying on
white
topic though.
hope.
Like that ain't
Hold
got
on,
nothing
wait
to
a
do.
minute.
That ain't got nothing to
I
do with
just
what we
beat
talking
the
about.
Let
shit. No,
her
no, no.
finish.
I'm finna sum this up. I'm finna show y'all how Devin look. I just beat the shit out of the great white hope. And you want to come into my territory and call me out? Okay, what'd he do? He ran out the ring. Then he let dude put a video, a secret recording out on his father. And Devin sent him a 25% offer instead of the standard in the law, in the contract of 30%. Okay, let me show y'all how Devin is looking. Devin looks like a bitch.
He do.
That's what he looked
That's
like.
All
what he
that you
look
He
like.
just said
looked
is
like a
emotional.
bitch.
That's what he look like.
All
Period.
that's from an
He looked
emotional
like he
The
standpoint.
don't
great
want
Floyd
Tank and
Mayweather.
he don't
Great
want
Floyd
Shakur.
Mayweather.
He looked like he don't want Tank and he don't want Shakur. That's what he
That's
looks like.
All
all
that
that's
when
from
they're
an emotional
free.
standpoint. Like everything you just said came from an emotional standpoint. Nothing about that was logical at all. Nothing.
No, it was
Everything was about a feeling. Everything you said was about a feeling of how he should have felt.
what?
You ain't
The
never
great
mentioned what he
Floyd
should have did logically.
Right. The
Factually
great Floyd
should have
Mayweather,
fought his
when
mandatory.
Shane Mosley hopped in the ring on Floyd Mayweather, he got up in Floyd's face talking shit. Yeah. And that's why Floyd was mad when he got to the back. He
Right.
like,
And
man,
that's
you
why.
shouldn't
So
even let him
basically,
say
the
what's
next
going on,
time
Rick
somebody
Tim.
gets in a ring with
Yeah, but that
Devin,
don't mean he was
they
scared
have
of
to
him.
go into Devin's face and
And
say,
damn that
I
bitch.
want to fight you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
because
That
not?
little
I'm in
bitch.
That's
I'm
what
in
men
your ring now.
do. That's
I
what
want to
men do,
fight
Maya.
you.
That's what
Get the,
men
y'all
do.
gotta stop.
We
Y'all
get
gotta
in each
stop.
other's face when we
He
really
don't
want it.
want to fight
Well,
Shakur
I don't
Stevenson.
really want it if
He
I'm talking
don't
shit
want
from
No
to
funny
across the
fight
shit.
Tank
room.
Davis, baby.
They
See, I
Let's
want
boxing
it
just
when it
ain't
ain't
let's
no
let
based
it
on
fight.
go,
emotion,
Kings.
but it's
Kings,
their
Hey,
let's
you
let it
don't
emotion.
go.
know nothing about
It's
that, but
their
I
Go
do.
ahead and
emotion. They
log
know
out
what
for me,
they see.
Kings. Go
Y'all
It's
need
ahead
to
and
on
let
the
log
y'all
out
need to
streets.
for
let
me.
y'all
That
need
Many
to
ain't
let
different
looking
somebody
like
things
go
no
do
that
bitch.
from the
Devin
street
Haney,
Bitch
though.
is
Devin
just
Haney
Hey,
like
hey,
still
look,
anybody
take
y'all
the
else.
all
moves.
can't
Man
talk
shit.
at the same time,
That's a
right?
bitch.
Y'all all can't talk at the same time. My co-host, she's sitting there passing it around. Go ahead, Key.
She cooked. I'm
Yeah,
good.
she cooked. She cooked.
No, you know what? Y'all go ahead. Up, I'm gonna sit in the background. Go ahead, King.
All right, man. Good job,
Yeah,
Key.
bitch is a person that get in the ring and don't say shit. To me, that's a
Come
bitch.
on, dog.
Hey, when
Cause
he
I
got in
don't
the
know
Come on.
ring,
about
Devin
y'all.
sat there
I
and
don't know
said,
about
"You know,
y'all,
I'm
but
a
I grew
look."
up getting
When
in
he got
motherfuckers'
no,
face
when
if
he
I
got in
want
the
to fight.
ring,
Me too, homie. I'm
Devin
from the
left out the
streets.
ring and said, "You
Straight
know,
up.
I'm the champ." When he was leaving out the ring, that's what he said.
He said, I'm number one.
Yeah,
I
he
can
said,
I'm
"I'm
do a
number
bitch
one,"
Bro,
shit.
and
do
he
y'all
said that
realize
leaving.
for the first time ever we arguing about what somebody said and didn't say in the ring, and y'all using that to justify if
No,
somebody
I'm
a
not
bitch or
arguing
not?
about it. I was just saying what she said.
That shit is
I
crazy,
love
bro.
King Judah.
That shit is crazy. Cause guess what? What y'all saying is if they got a new light heavyweight or middleweight or whatever weight class Canelo in, if they jump in the ring and tell Canelo, you need to fight me next, he a bitch if he don't fight them. Even if they never sold a pay-per-view before, if Canelo don't take that challenge, he a bitch.
Well,
No,
if they get ready to
Shakur
take his
was
belt.
the man though. Is the man though, and now giving out title shots to a stripped title because the champion did
Hey,
not
Rick
want to
Timms,
fight.
hop up here, Rick. What's up, Rick Timms?
Rick
Canelo done
Timms.
turned down multiple. What I'm trying to tell y'all is everything y'all saying is based off emotion and not logic.
What?
Y'all using shit that ain't even got nothing to do with boxing no more to justify whether or not Devin Haney is a bitch.
Wait a minute. I'm saying he got stripped of his title, and now Shakur is giving out title shots to the next available challenger, bud.
Bro,
That says everything you
Devin
need to
Haney
know.
not coming back to 135.
He got
I've been
stripped
saying
of
this.
his title.
He not coming back to 135 either.
Rick
I think
Timms.
Devin's just holding
He
that
over
belt.
here cutting up.
You think
Devin Haney is holding on to his belt
It's an
in case he
insurance
loses.
policy.
In case he
That's
loses the
my
Regis.
girl.
Insurance.
If he
there you
loses
go.
the Regis,
There you
he
go.
can activate his mandatory versus TO. That's why he holding the
Insurance.
belt.
There you go. Upper. You understand what's going on. They keep talking about Shakur making fights with his belt. Devin don't give a fuck about 135 no more if he beat Regis. He don't
It's
give a
about
damn.
how he looks.
Okay, so
homie.
then hold
He
him to
looks like
that.
a
Oh,
duck.
whoa, King Judah, hold him to that because for the past 2 weeks, what has he been saying? What has he been saying, King Judah? That
Right?
he
No,
wants
see,
Tank and Shakur, that he's
no, I
coming
feel
back
you.
down to 135. Hold him
No,
to
I
that
feel
because
you.
I
Like, I
swear to
feel you.
God, after
I,
he fights Regis and he does not come back down like he said he was going to do, he's a duck. You hearing
I
it
didn't
from
hear
me
him say
first.
Shakur
He's
name.
a
I heard him
no,
say
D-U-C-K duck. Period.
I heard him
I
say
know
I'll
he's
come
not
back
coming
down
back down to
right.
And
135.
y'all know something. This is crazy because Key is usually an advocate for Devin Haney. Y'all done got her.
He'll never get like that.
Yo, Key is in rare form,
Yeah,
but I
but
like it, baby
honestly,
girl. You
I'm
keep
just
going.
confused about the argument because
Hey
I
Rick.
always said that Devin wasn't coming back to 135. I always said
Hey
that.
You
Rick
have
Tim.
said
Okay,
that.
but Devin is
You have
not
said
saying
that.
it, King Judah. You need to hold
I
him to
don't
that.
I
You
don't care what he say. It don't
All
matter.
right.
I wouldn't
Rick,
okay,
go
but
back to
he's the
135
fighter. But
either.
he's your fighter
I
though.
wouldn't
But
go
he's
back to
your fighter.
135 either. That's
You
what I'm
are
saying.
he's
I
your
just
fighter.
wouldn't
You're
say it.
his
I just wouldn't say
representative.
it.
You're
I
one of
just
his
wouldn't say it.
okay.
representatives. You're one of
I
Hey
his
just
Rick
you're not
representatives.
even letting me
Hey, y'all
finish. You're
hold
not
on for a
letting me
second.
talk.
Y'all
Period.
Okay, go ahead,
I
King
just
Judah. You
think
right,
Key
King.
tired
You
of
right,
hearing you
King.
hate
Go
her.
ahead. Go ahead.
Rick Timms. Go ahead, Rick Timms.
What's
Give your
up,
assessment.
OG?
The G, OG.
Hey Rick
What
Timms.
up,
Hey
Rick?
man,
What up,
what's
Rick?
up, dog?
Give your
What up,
assessment
Rick?
on Devin
Hey
Haney.
man, hey man, I just got
He
off work. What
got
the
the right
hell
one
did I?
today.
Frank
I
the
said,
number,
go ahead.
dog.
I
Frank
said,
the
I said
He
we got
got the right one
hey,
today.
hold on. I said we got Big Dose. Go ahead and give your assessment on Devin Haney's. All right, salute Big Dose, man. You go get the queens out of there, bro. Peace and blessings.
yeah.
So man, hey, this how I see it, man. Everybody know I am no fan of Bill Haney. You know, I actually I try not to blast Devin. I just basically put it all on his daddy. But when I just walked into what Keith was saying about when Shakur jumped in the ring and Devin and Bill caught out, I mean, it's no disputing that. I mean, no Devin faithful fan person can dispute that fact. I mean that for you when you the big bad wolf, you don't run out the ring when smoke
Nope.
in them.
Nope.
No other way to put it. After Regis, it's a must. We see Devin, Shakur, Devin, Tank, and you know I want to hold Tank and Shakur to the same threshold. But Devin is the man. You know he got the belts. He got the clout right now. It just seems like it's kind of not fully earned because beating Cambo 24 rounds and beating a slightly aged Loma, it's good on paper, but in these streets where it really counts, it don't hold much weight.
We know better.
So hey man, we just want to see the best fight the best, but the way Bill Haney caps daily, the way Bill Haney just keep his foot in his mouth and have to reiterate what he said and
Hey, Key, post a
just
comment in the chat, Key.
he always got to specify what he really meant. And this and man, If real street dudes don't operate like that. I know he in the boxing game. I know it's a dirty business, but when you got full-fledged integrity and you about that life, you mean what you say. You don't have to rehash so often. You don't have to revamp so often. You the real, and Bill just ain't nothing real about him to me. So sadly, Devin get a little bit of that criticism from me solely through Bill.
Hey,
Bro, is
Key
you listening to
Alexander,
yourself, bro? Like
post
listening to yourself, bro.
post in the chat real quick, Key.
Bro, is y'all listening to yourself, bro? Listen to what you just said. Y'all make up every reason other than boxing to hate Devin Haney. That shit is sad, bro.
That's not
That
because
shit
of
is sad. You
No,
just admitted it. You
no,
just admitted it.
sir.
Man, I
Wait
didn't
a
that's
see
minute.
nobody
Wait a
Devin
hate
minute,
on
Judah.
Devin Haney.
Wait a
Didn't
minute,
nobody hate on
Judah.
Devin Haney.
I didn't. Hey, I blast Bill funky bitch ass. I wish Bill would get on this panel right now and I tell him to his face in person. That ain't got nothing to do with hating on Devin. Y'all get so emotional behind any type of non-praise of Devin that you the one getting emotional, Judah.
start
Bro,
firing shots, man.
Say it again, Rick.
because of Bill Haney, Devin Haney get hate. You just said
Fuck
that.
Bill
I
Haney.
didn't say that.
Fuck Bill Haney.
Yeah,
Facts.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Bill
I ain't getting
Haney.
emotional, bro. I'm telling you what you just said.
Yo,
You just said that.
you trying to discredit what I'm saying. It's like I'm trying to hate on Devin. It ain't hate, man. When people
I'm trying
state
to tell you,
facts,
that you just talked about street shit, and what I know from the streets is I never let what another nigga doing make me look at another nigga different. That's street shit. Don't let what another nigga doing
tell
make you look
Bill
at
that.
somebody else different.
Blame Bill for that, Judah. He the one that ain't really about that life. He the one that's always flip flopping. So
Man,
obviously you ain't either, bro. You would let what one nigga do change how you look at somebody else. That's not street shit.
no,
I look at Devin for
it's
what
all
he
about
is, an
Bill.
average fucking fighter. He's an average fighter that y'all praise.
Hey, Thomas Hill,
What's up?
can you drop the link to Key Alexander's page in the chat so everybody knows so they can hit the subscribe button on her?
Oh, for sure.
Appreciate
Definitely.
that, bro.
Thomas, the link guy. He always got the links.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, listen. Rick, I understand definitely what Rick is saying, and I don't think Rick is saying anything incorrect. The thing is, King Judah, and if you felt as though I was disrespectful or anything, you or Big Dose, I wasn't coming that way. I would never disrespect y'all kings. I welcome, you know what I'm saying, any type of talks, whether I agree or disagree with it. So it's nothing but love this way. I just want everybody to know that. I just get real passionate. And like Upper said, I am an advocate for Devin. I really am, but I'm not an advocate for BS. I call balls and strikes. I do it to Tank. Tank is one of my favorite fighters. I do it to Shakur. I do it to everyone. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is off limits with this. But we cannot continue to overlook the fact that a lot of the antics that Bill does and Devin does is outside of the ring. And because of that, it paints this narrative that he's something that he's not. You keep talking like you from the streets. There was a point in time when Devin them was saying that they were from the streets, from Compton and all these other places. And now we find out that he was homeschooled.
Hey,
So
Key,
I mean, which way do you want it, huh?
Key, make a comment in the chat.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Post a comment in the chat. I've been telling you that for the last 5 minutes.
Oh, I didn't see that. The private chat or the
regular.
Regular.
Boy, these two motherfuckers gotta fight. They have to fight.
Yeah, and for the record, I didn't feel disrespected by nothing you said. To be honest with you, when I came up here, I didn't come up here to win an argument or change nobody's mind at all. I came up here to have a conversation. But as far as I don't understand what's going on between you and Rick Timms, y'all not listening to what I'm saying. Y'all kind of going off what I say and then react to that. Because I didn't bring up street shit, Rick Timms did. It wasn't me talking about street shit to begin with. He said street niggas they move a certain way, and I said a street nigga wouldn't let what one nigga do affect how you see somebody else. So you can't bring up the streets and then on the same hand saying, yeah, because of what Bill doing, I look at Devin like this now. That's not stupid. That's what I was saying.
Well, let me clarify what I meant. When I say the way Bill operates and he claimed he from the streets, that ain't no real street life, not where I'm from. Where I'm from, we mean what the fuck we say at all times. We don't have to backtrack. And that's the issue I have with Bill. He too flip-floppish. And when you mean what you say, you don't have to repetitively rehash your statements. And none of you Devin people can dispute what I just said and say Bill does not do that. And that ain't being real to me. And people can't nobody in any hate Dev. I constantly talk down on Dev or whatever you trying to imply, Judah. I blast Bill. I don't even hate Bill. I give the man his props on being a great father. He done raised a good young man. But as far as his lies, his consistent habitual lying, that's what I can't respect.
But hey, the thing
I
is,
can't respect that.
They all cap, bro. Because I mean, I can just give you an example. Shit, Kenny Ellis up there and flipped a coin and said they was fighting Shakur next, and they ain't sent him a contract yet. You turn around and you go to Shakur, y'all king. Shakur told Devin to sign a contract that didn't even fucking exist. But y'all talking about Bill Haney capping.
Hold on, wait a minute. Whoa. So as far as and that's nobody's my king, but as far as the Coach Kenny and that coin toss, whatever that they had did, they were saying let's start making the fights happen. Everybody agenda was free. Now after that, Bob Arum said no to the Shakur Stevenson and the Bob Arum in the Tank fight. Okay. And then Devin Haney had already told Espinoza that they were going in a different direction. They did not want to fight Tank. So that's why Tank cannot fight those two guys for the millionth time. I want to see those fights too, but they don't want to fight that man. Like for real.
T.O. just came out and said they wanted to fight Tank, but they wanted to go in a different direction. So I'm guessing Teofimo Lopez was capping though, right?
No. Wait a minute. First of all, hold on. First of all, when it comes to T.O., T.O. has something personal against Tank Davis. That's been obvious for years. Hold on, wait a minute. No. And I'm finna answer your question.
So how do you explain?
And I'm about to answer your question. Give me 1 second. That's number one. Number two, when he didn't say that it was a definitive no. He just said that they were exploring, but did not Tank come out this past month and say he's focusing on his personal life? So was he capping about that, or is that the truth? So why are we getting mad at that when we know that Tank has already came out and said he's focusing on his personal life?
But that's after they contacted the Haynes.
He never wanted to fight nobody. Period. He didn't want to fight Lomachenko.
You know this how.
Oh my goodness,
man,
Lord,
that's all he does
mercy.
that's
you
all
know,
he does.
because honestly, man, I ain't gonna lie, boy. You for some odd reason seem like Tank done did you or somebody in your family wrong,
dirty,
bro.
boy.
You be applying stuff that be just
I can say the same.
never about
No,
me,
you
never
can't.
about me, because I only give Devin love.
No, you
I
can't.
never hated on Devin.
Devin ain't never been no gangster. He ain't never been no street dude. That man's a
Never.
boxer. Never proclaimed to be no street dude.
Well, he did when he was posing with that gun.
Now his father.
Yeah,
I agree with Rick Timms. I agree with Rick Timms. His father did some sucker shit when he posted your boy's mugshot. That was sucker shit to me.
Sucker shit.
He lied when he said they were staying at 35. You see what I'm saying? I can admit when my favorite fighter or their team capped about something or did some shit that was wrong. That's some shit you other niggas can't do.
No, they were definitely capping with the coin toss. I ain't gonna cap about that. It is what it is. They didn't send a fucking contract. That's kind of
no. I don't think they were capping with the coin
impossible
toss.
for him to admit. No.
Yeah,
don't know.
but listen, but Shakur wasn't capping when he went to the world and tweeted and told Devin to sign a contract that didn't fucking exist.
Yeah,
That
but
wasn't capping.
Bill wasn't capping when he said that he never got a call from Steven Espinoza about a fight at the end of the year. Anything Bill says to y'all, you take it as gospel, and it's just
No,
not
I
true.
take it. I
Why
take it
would
the
Bill?
same way.
Why
When I
would
wasn't
Bill?
there, I take it the same way. Just like when T.O. said he wanted to fight Tank and Tank said no, I take it the same way when I heard Espinoza said they reached out to Bill. I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
That's
but
how I
Bill
take it.
has a history. He has a history of
But
saying things that make him or his team look
First
yeah,
of
good,
all,
bro.
what
And that
why
goes all
would
the
exactly?
way
he
back to
admit
the
that
street.
though?
That
When he's
goes
gonna
all the way
come to
back to the
7-8
street.
Sports and BF and all these other platforms that, yeah, we turned down a call from Tank's team about a fight at the end of the year. You know what that would do to the Haneys? It would be over for them. We would be making videos. It would be way worse than y'all think it is.
They
Guaranteed he
just
was
need to get in the
contacted.
ring, bro. That's
I
all.
mean,
They
but
just
that
need to get in the
already
ring.
happened though, and they still downplay it. But whatever, that's Negro here nor there.
Devin just need to
What is
continue to win. Tank need to continue to
Continue
win.
to win.
Shakur need to continue to win. They going at some point they gonna have to fight. And
Bill
for
said it.
everybody's perspective, since Tank is so much older than them, it's gonna
Yeah,
work out
30.
for their betterment anyway. If it
Yeah, let
happens
him age
later
out.
on down the line. The dude
Last
is
thing to go is
3.5
power.
years older than one person and 4.5 years older than the other person. So you know that benefits them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But ain't
that is
nobody hating on
hilarious.
Devin. You can't hate on Devin. Devin do say stuff that's not true though. He do. That nigga's not going back to 35 unless he has to. And
All
the
of
only
them
way
do.
he has to is
All of
if
them do.
he can't get it done.
All of them
He
do
gonna have to.
for sure. Big dose. They all do. Tank
Only
does
All of
way,
them do.
little
only way he
talking though.
goes back to 35, and the reason why he holds those belts in case 40 ain't working out too well. So I can always go back to that, but that wouldn't be good for him because the dude is huge. He don't need to be
He's
fighting
too
at
big.
130.
Okay, well then
He's
y'all
done
need to hold y'all.
135.
Okay, well then King Judah and Big Dose need to hold their mans to it. For the past 2 weeks, he said that he'll come back down to
I
135.
feel
He's
you on
not
that,
leaving
We
King.
just gotta
135.
see.
I feel you
Hey,
on
And
that,
if
shit,
he
but
I hope,
doesn't,
I
if
don't
I
want
hope,
to
he
see
leaves
Devin fight at
135
I
135 no
hope
instead
he
more.
of
don't.
fighting like he said, Tank or Shakur, like he said, he's a duck.
He got
Period.
beat in his
He,
last
I
135
hope
fight.
he don't go
How
back to
Devin gonna be a
135.
duck if that's
He's
not
too
his
big
next
for
fight?
it.
When Tank Davis told us Shakur and Devin back to back was gonna be his next two fights, how Tank
He
not
said
gonna
those are
go
the
in there
fights he
fighting any one of
wanted.
them?
So how do you know he
Those
didn't
are the
He's
pick
fights that
sporting
he
for you.
wanted,
Lomachenko?
and he
How do you
tried to
know?
make those
He's
Listen,
fights.
the A-side.
But
Why you ain't make him?
Bob Arum said
I think he
no,
picked
and
Lomachenko because
Bill
he's seen
Haney
what we
said
seen.
no. So what do y'all
Bob
want this
Arum
man
just
to
sat
Shit,
do?
right.
Y'all
Tank
want
Bob
ain't
him
saying
Arum
no
just
stuff.
sat
here.
right
Here,
on the
this
side
is
of
what.
That's
Shakur
who
Okay,
you
Stevenson
choose to
and
the
compete
said that
Rise
he
with.
was open to
podcast,
that
the
fight.
Rise podcast. If y'all are listening, since Bill Haney and them telling Steven Espinoza no, and Bob Arum saying no to Tank and
Come
Shakur
on,
fight, this
say
is
that
what
shit.
y'all got to do by the Rise podcast. Have Tank build a ring right outside of Shakur and Devin's house and have Tank stand inside of there. And every time they come
You
outside,
ain't
they
got to
come
do that
outside and
because
have to fight him.
Devin can't
That's
just
what
now
y'all
start
want him to
calling that
do.
man out.
That's what y'all want him to do.
Devin been
Tank
calling
ain't
Tank
going
out for
nowhere near
years.
nobody who not
Years,
Hispanic and flat
Tank been
footed.
the A-side.
While he was
LB
in
said,
fights,
we the
while
A-side.
he
You
was in
don't make
fights,
us no
King,
fight
Bob
club.
Arum
while
just
he
said
was
that
in
he
He
open
fights,
to
the one,
fighting
he
King,
the one
Shakur.
while
to
he
call
was
him
Bob
in
There's too
out.
Arum
many
fights,
said
people
they
talking
open
at
to
once,
while
fighting.
y'all.
they
Too
were
many people
both
talking at
in
once.
fights,
Bro, Bob Arum just said they was open to
King,
Ah,
while they were both in fights, King, while they were both in fights. But when they got free, nothing. And they said
nothing.
no.
Crickets.
And
Yeah, that
now
was a
Right,
he is
nothing
problem.
from
saying
Tank
that
either,
he
right?
wants to fight.
and
Nothing
Tank
from
He's
said
Tank
saying
no
that
to
he's
either.
going
Tio.
to hold on to
And
his
Tank said
belts.
no to
He
Teofimo
said that he's going
Lopez.
to hold on to his belts at 135
When
Where the
did he say
against
contract
no?
at?
Shakur. If he
When,
does not
Where the
fight
When did
contract?
Tank
them
say no
and
to
moves
Tio?
to
you guys
140,
can get
Where the
he
contracted
contract
is
with
with.
a
the A-side?
duck.
Where's
He
that
is
at?
a duck.
We
He
still
Where
waiting
is
did
on
a
Tank
that.
say no
duck.
to Tio?
Big Dope's
And Tank,
crazy as
well, you know
shit.
what?
We still waiting on that
When the
You
contract
want
from
to
the
contract?
say a duck?
A-side.
Tank been a duck then. Tank been a duck for years.
Tank
Been
the
a duck.
A-side, so y'all don't need him to be the A-side.
Tank been a duck. That ain't nothing new. That nigga been a duck. If Devin
We
gonna
know
be a
what
duck
you
for the
gonna
next
say,
fight,
homie.
Oh
We
Lord, have
already
For sure,
mercy.
know.
for sure.
Lord, have mercy, King Judah.
We
Okay.
already
Tank
know.
the
Judah,
A-side,
oh,
my
so
you
y'all
guy,
talking
don't need
but
about
him to
Judah
be the A-side.
somehow, some way, Tank done wronged him, man.
Yeah,
I
bro.
swear to God, I'm trying to
No,
figure out
you
how
haven't.
old
I'm
somebody.
I'm
just
They
like
trying to
still
know
Tank.
what
Hey
talking.
y'all
Thomas.
That's
No,
a
overlooking.
don't
What
get
real
did
it
he
one.
do
twisted.
that y'all
Hey
criticize
Don't
Thomas.
get it
everything
I'm
he
I'm trying to
Listen,
figure out.
I like
A
Tank.
Thomas,
I just want to see Tank fight
A
somebody.
Thomas and
I'm
Rick and
unlike his
D1.
fans who's cool with him fighting all these bums. I ain't cool
Yo,
with
A
that.
see,
Thomas.
number one, they ain't bums, bro. You can't, you guys, the way you tear down Tank's resume
Man,
Pitbull
like he's
Cruz,
fighting fucking cab
Garfield,
is a
drivers is
bum.
crazy.
Garfield was not no
Pitbull
world
Cruz is a
beater.
bum.
Ryan ain't no world beater. What?
Who? What? Ryan is definitely elite.
Garfield wasn't no world
Hector
beater.
You
Garcia,
guys
Ryan ain't
try.
no world beater.
He
Hector
beat your
Garcia
guy
is a
3 times.
bum.
He beat your guy three
When?
times, whether where they
Let's
were
talk
at.
Is
about
a
the
bum.
pros. Let's talk about the pros. Why
Let's talk
Ryan
about
said,
the
oh no,
amateurs. 15-time
I'm
amateur.
gonna
Beat your
say,
guy three
well,
times, homie.
I ain't
Yo,
gonna lie.
Why
hold on,
Ryan
hold on.
Almost
said I'm gonna
knocked him
say
out.
Devin the
This
last?
ain't quick.
Hold on,
Why
one
Ryan
mic,
said I'm
one
gonna
mic, one
say
sound.
Devin the
One
last?
mic,
Why they
one
ain't do
sound,
it for
y'all.
real?
One mic,
Ryan
Huh?
one
elite,
sound.
dude. He gonna beat
Why
your guy
Ryan said
real
I'm gonna
soon.
save Devin for last? Why he say that?
I don't know, maybe
Right.
because he wanted to work on his
I
boxing
got a
skills. Because
question.
ain't nobody scared of fucking Devin
I
Haney and
got
his weak ass jab. Nobody,
nobody said
especially
he
not a
is.
Regardless of
boxer.
the
But
fact.
What's up,
everybody know
Ryan?
Regardless of
Ryan
the
was
fact.
considered as the weakest link out of the 5 teams.
Well, why
If
did
you
do
say he wasn't, you're
1.6?
lying.
Hold on, wait a
Why
minute.
did
You're
do
Hold on.
lying.
Big
I thought
1.6?
okay,
Tank said
wait
he
a
Why
was
minute,
did
Big
do
he
Dose.
was for
1.6,
last.
Because he
homie?
got
Hold
he
on,
got
wait a
10
minute.
million
He was for last.
Instagram followers. That's
Stop
why.
it,
Big Dose,
man.
I have a
That's
question
because
for
the
you.
That
boxing
don't mean
hardcores
he
know
don't.
that that's A
Why
versus
one?
A.
Let's have some simpler so people can understand what's going on. Calm down.
Hey, let me
Everybody
ask a
calm down.
question. I got a question.
I think
If
he was saying
if
something first.
Go ahead,
all
bro.
right,
Hold on one second, Rick. I got a question.
Well, you the co-host. Go
Rick,
ahead.
who did Ryan and Devin fight? This which opponent did Ryan and Devin both fight?
What the hell is his name?
Fortuna.
Yeah.
Fortuna. Who did Fortuna the worst? Don't worry, I'll wait. Don't even that's a rhetorical
That
question.
triangle
That's a
theory, that
Don't
rhetorical
triangle
Ryan,
question.
worry.
theory
Go
don't
ahead,
work.
Rick.
Ryan
No,
did.
let me
Go
tell you
ahead,
why that
Rick.
don't work.
Go
Let me
ahead,
tell you why
Rick.
that
Go
don't work. Let
ahead,
me tell
Rick.
you why
He
that don't
had to
work.
be honest.
I'm
Ryan
gonna tell
did.
y'all why that don't work. Listen, let me tell y'all why that don't work. Because Manny Pacquiao beat Cotto better than Floyd Mayweather. Did that make Manny Pacquiao better than Floyd Mayweather when they got in the ring? No. That shit don't
Again,
matter.
No.
who beat him the
That
worst?
don't matter.
Who beat him?
That don't
No, that's
matter.
but that's a test. Y'all wanna
No, it
tear
don't. That's not
down.
a
How
test.
you win
No,
in
That's
because
not a
boxing
the
it
test. That's never
argument
been a
always
is
test in
matters.
the
boxing. That's
argument
never
is
been a
is
Who
test in
else
Ryan
boxing.
play better?
Garcia a weaker
That's never been a
fighter?
test in
My
boxing.
That's
whole
why
Who
one
point
guy
is
who
does
else play better?
the
150K and the other guy
argument
does
But
is
he
1.6.
beat
King
Devin
Judah. The
3 times.
argument is
Hey,
How,
wait,
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 what?
hold
Ryan
on,
a
hold on,
weak
hold on. We
fighter.
we got too many
I
No,
just
talking.
that
debunked
don't
that.
work, bro.
The
I'm being
right,
real with
the
y'all. That shit
argument,
don't
King
work.
Judah, King Judah. This does work.
No, it
if
don't. It never
if
did.
no
It
wait a
never
minute,
did.
hold on,
It
King
never
Judah.
did.
If he first of all, you're talking about Ryan Garcia, who went 3-3 with Devin Haney and beat Fortuna worse than Devin Haney. That's
Muscle
done.
memory.
Rick
I
Timms,
told
That
you.
don't
I
go.
work.
got it bucket.
Rick Timms, go ahead.
Let's see.
Man, it's got simple.
Sheep bad.
My only question is if Shakur fought Cambo twice, if Tank fought Cambo twice, would he have taken them 24 rounds to beat?
Rick, that's a
Shit
cold
been
piece
about
right there.
2
That's a
rounds,
Bro,
cold
dog.
piece
I
right
ain't gonna lie.
Quack.
Upper. I ain't gonna, bro. This chat done got way too illogical for me, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. I'll come back on another day. Now we talking about triangle theories that we know that never work because Frazier got his ass towed up by George Foreman, but Frazier was able to beat Ali when Foreman never beat Ali in his life. That shit has never worked and it never will.
Okay, well then you
Period.
gotta blame your boy
Hey,
Big
you
Dose
know
Period.
what?
because Big Dose is
I,
the one that
I
brought up all of
respect,
this. Big Dose is the one that
I
brought it all
respect
up. So
that
if you
part.
don't, then
You
it's
brought it
That's
up. I ain't
illogical.
bring that
That's
up.
illogical.
How you gonna say I brought up all this? I ain't bring
you
that
wanna
up.
you wanted to talk about
I
resumes and
said
who
it's
he
fact.
fighting. You wanted to talk about resumes and
Ryan
who
has
he be
always
fighting.
been seen as the weakest link out of the 5 kings. Is that a fact or not?
No, it's not a fact, sir, because
Oh
My
1.6
God.
million,
See how you can't
1.6
keep up
I
with
million
it?
think
does not
Devin's the
equate
weakest
to a
link.
weak fighter.
where do we
1.6
get five
million
Which
kings
one of
does
from?
the
not
5 kings
equate
you
to
say
a weak
Devin.
Where do
fighter.
we get
seen is
five
weaker than
kings from?
Ryan? Which one of them?
It's no
One
five
Devin the
point.
kings,
weakest.
bro.
You a
Go ahead,
lie.
Upper. Go ahead,
Because
Upper.
Ryan said he saving Devin for last. So you a
It's
lie.
no five kings, bro.
You're right, Big Dog.
It was a 5 kings, though. It
No, it
was a
wasn't.
5 kings. It's not now.
It was
It
never
wasn't
a
no
five
5 kings.
kings, bro. There was never a five kings,
It
bro.
wasn't
there.
no
It was a four
Ryan. It
king.
wasn't no Ryan, Devin, T.O.,
Loma,
Tank,
Loma
and
wasn't
who else?
Loma.
It was
Loma?
never
Four.
Yeah.
four, bro.
Loma was never one of them. They were all young.
It was
They
Yeah,
were
never
he
four
didn't
all
fit the
kings,
in the
bro.
racial
same
profile.
is.
Well, the four things. Who was seen
Well,
as the weakest link out of them? Ryan. Everybody knew that.
That's
not at first.
man. I think Ryan beats
No,
all of
but
them
Except
but
for
besides
he
Keith
okay.
Tank.
So
Lee.
he was 24-0. He was
Period.
24
Except for
and
Keith.
0 24-0, and he's 3-3 with Devin in amateurs, and he's the weakest one. Not to mention,
I
hold
think he
on,
beats Devin
not to
now.
mention in certain rankings,
Me
he was
too.
ranked higher than Devin, which I used to contest that because I've always said that Devin was a better fighter than Ryan. But guess who actively pursued and went the distance and went the length to get a Tank fight to make it to a 1.6 million pay-per-view. So 1.6 million people with which equates
The
to about
numbers
120
don't
to
lie.
140 million dollars in revenue does not mean that he was a weak fighter. In fact, moving forward, Ryan is going to A-side the shit out of Devin when they do
Yep.
fight. Checkmate. It's over
And
with.
what he do? What he do when they fought Tank? He quit.
Well,
He
yeah,
Okay,
he
did.
did
There
and
get
you
in the
Devin
go.
will
ring with
do
him.
the same
There
thing.
you
He
Devin
go.
will
got
do the
He did
same
fight
he
thing.
him.
got
But
made to
Tashad,
quit.
I ain't.
That
but
liver
I ain't.
shot.
I
Tashad,
Not
ain't.
too many
You
people get
can't tell
past
the
that liver
future,
shot.
Key.
Will Devin survive that liver
You
shot?
can't
I
tell the
don't think
future,
so.
Key.
you said
You
what?
can say what you believe. I said you can't tell the future. You can say what you believe, but you can't tell
I
the
mean, he
future
did
though.
at least fight Tank though.
At least he fought Tank, and guess what?
Yeah,
He was
Tank sent him
the
a
A side.
contract. We
He's the
still
A
waiting on
side
Yo,
one.
to everyone
I
except
knew he
Bud
was gonna
yo,
Crawford. I
say
Steven
mean,
that shit.
he's
Espinosa
the A
tried to give
side to
y'all one big
everyone
dose. Y'all
except
said y'all
Bud
go another
Crawford
route.
and Canelo.
Look, Ryan just made $30
yo,
million. How the hell y'all gonna tell Steven Espinosa y'all
yo,
going another route? Come on,
Right?
bro.
Right?
Who
Like, yeah,
said that?
I'm gonna go over here
Who
and get
said
this
that?
4 or
Now
5
y'all putting
million
words
from
in my mouth.
Regis. I'm gonna forget about
Nobody
this
said
whole
that.
this
I
whole
said he
Tank
was the
shit.
weakest.
Matter of
He
fact, I'm gonna forget
was.
about it so much I ain't gonna say his name, nothing. Even when they mutter his name, I'm gonna turn the other way. I'm gonna act like all the shit I did in the past didn't happen. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like as soon as they could make a fight, they made a fight with Regis rather than trying to pursue the biggest fight left in boxing.
And y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Key Alexander. Y'all see her, she blasting it off right there. You know, she's coming to her own as a boxing coordinator. And we will be on tonight at 11 on Real Talk. But y'all make sure y'all subscribe. And it's gonna be on my other channel, the Upper Echelon Man. I appreciate everybody coming out. Key, go ahead and give everybody their final thoughts.
Go
Go.
ahead, D1. Go ahead and start us off, King. Thank you for
I
coming
got
up.
nothing. We talk boxing shit all the time. It's finally great to be able to actually speak to you, gentlemen and ladies. It was great. Thanks for letting me come up here and talk my shit. I got nothing but love for you boys. And when I'm talking about Devin fans, I definitely ain't talking about King Judah and Big Dose because they real as they come. So I got nothing but love for all y'all, man.
Yeah, they rep they
Peace
set.
out. Yeah, they do. They definitely do. Be good, be safe, all that good shit. I'll see you on the next live.
I see y'all that just do.
Peace
Go
out,
ahead,
homie.
Big Dose. Go ahead, King. And again, it's nothing personal, Big Dose. This is all love, bruh. All love, bruh.
Sis, you my queen, bro. This is just boxing debate. I don't take it personal. Remember that. Uh, I just want to say my favorite fighters are the ones that call for all the smoke and do what they got to do to get what they want. So far, that's been Devin Haney, Earl Spence, Wilder, Boots. That's why I like them fighters. Um, and that's why I defend them. The double standards in boxing, it needs to stop, man. If one person duck for one reason and another person do that same reason, you can't call the other person a duck and the other person not a duck. It shouldn't work like that. And I don't know where logic is. That's logical. That's all I'm saying. The other stuff, with Bill Haney, I agree with Rick Timms on that. You know what I'm saying? I could be real about that. You know, that's
Mm-hmm.
why I stand. Salute to you. Salute to the Queen. Salute to everybody that was on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Much love to everybody in the chat and on the panel. Y'all be safe.
All right,
Thank
big
you,
dope.
Big Dose King, and shout out to you and your family and your girls.
Yes.
Definitely do not be a stranger. Continue to come back. Next up, let's do Thomas, the one of the goats of this YouTube. But we got two of the goats actually outside of Upper, Thomas and Rick on the panel. So Thomas, go
yeah, Rick
ahead and
Tim
cook,
is the
King.
guy. Yo, well, all I gotta say, man, is that the first and foremost, man, I'm not calling nobody no duck, especially out of those three, because I don't believe that nobody really had the opportunity, except for the one time when Tank became free and they were both free. But that the promotional sides would not allow for that fight to happen, nor did they really have interest in it because they got to build it up because they want a bit more at the stake when they go to the bargaining
Oh,
table. But that being said, if we're gonna ever use resumes, bro, we got to remember that those things are deceiving. Kambosos lost 2 fights besides the fight too that he was awarded victories on. He lost to Mickey Bay, who was 36 years old and hadn't fought in 4 years, and he lost to Maxie Hughes, and he lost to Maxie Hughes bad. So that's not a
10-2.
quality win. Jojo Diaz was brought up from 126 to fight him, and that wasn't a very good fight for him as well too, because who is Jojo Diaz? You know what I'm saying? You got to look at that stuff, because like the people that Tank was fighting was some quality cats, and they have shown by after the fight they've gone on and win championships and gone on to win fights. The other people have fought people and they've lost and looked bad in fights. So let's not do that. And triangular theories, I agree with Judah. It don't work. Just because you look bad against one person don't mean you're gonna look bad against this person. But when it's all said and done, they got to get in the ring and they got to get a scrap. So all I'm hoping is that they continue to win, continue to do what's necessary so they can get in the ring, because that's what ultimately I would look forward to seeing. With that, I'm out. Oh, Kai, Key, before I go, I love that form that you gave us today. Need more of it. But anyway, I'm about it.
That's her Ultra Instinct form right there.
That form was rare. I liked it. Like that dude on the short
Thank you.
ski. Like, I like that.
You see, I sat back and said,
Thank
"Hey, go ahead."
Go ahead. Thank you, Thomas. Salute to you and yours. God bless you. Rick, the GOAT. What's up, Rick?
Hey, Rick, I knew you have fun today, boy.
Hey man, I walked into some fireballs, boy. I got off work and hit the damn YouTube, and boy, all I heard was Key just dropping bombs on them boys, man.
You have
Hey,
fun.
you know what? Yeah. I loved it. In a nutshell, man, when it comes to this Dev and Bill stuff, it was punk shit for Bill to pass out Tank's mug shot. It was punk shit with the happy Thanksgiving. It even was punk shit saying we stand at 135 to the end of 2023 when he know his son struggles mightily to make 135.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I blast Bill the same way I blasted Bud, and Bud is my top guy when he pulled the David Adville move when him and Earl was negotiating. That was some straight punk shit. Yeah, and who else? He's no different with Tank. I'm down with Tank big time, but if he sniffs a Pitbull rematch, I'm gonna flame the hell out of Tank. So everybody can get it, man. Nobody is immune to criticism, and some of these dudes in this YouTube boxing world, they simply can't endure. They can't accept, and they will not say the truth about their favorite fighter, even when it's the obvious. And
some people just get too emotional.
I just can't operate like that, man. I'm too much in the real world to allow the YouTube world to dictate my positions on anything or anybody. So, hey, man, this here was a fire show upper. Boy, Key show know how to moderate and set shit straight. And hey, boy, it's only going up from this point, y'all. I'm loving it.
Hey, Rick, that's why I sat back and let her do her damn thing, bro. I already knew what it was.
Hey, you know what? It's just that feminine aspect. Yeah, you know, y'all women, ladies, like
they
to
messed
set
up
shit
because
straight anyway.
hey, she's a Devin advocate. And I knew they messed up. I said, oh. I say she a Devin advocate, but they pushing her button, messing with the Shakur button and all that right there. I says, they about to get that action. And they just kept on it. Here we go, we got action.
Yeah, man, but it's at the end of the day, it's all love with everybody, man. I love all my black people. I love all these black boxers. I'm not ashamed to admit that
Facts.
hey, it just is what it is. I love the hell out of my people. Even Devin, even Bill with his good lying ass.
It's good
You know,
captain.
yeah, Cap Monster, the Cap King.
We
So,
called him on
hey
EBT
man,
that day. It was me, EBT, and Money. We was on the damn show. He came up there and started lying to us early. I'm like, bro, really?
I remember that. I
Yeah,
remember
he
that.
was lying.
And he ain't been around since, basically. See, when he gets some real feedback, some real heat, and motherfuckers just not swallowing all his wordplay, he don't want to come around. So he gonna stick to 7, 8 BF motherfuckers like that I don't fuck with, and that ain't got nothing to do with y'all. But Upper, you know why I don't give a fuck about them dudes. So hey, Bill know who to operate with and who to operate without. So it is what it is, man. Y'all have a great day, man. I'm gonna try to stay up and catch y'all late tonight, cause man, I get up at 3 a.m. So man, that is 10, 11 o'clock show be pushing me. But I'm gonna try to go and catch it again tonight, man, cause we be having some really good dialogue on that Real Talk show, man.
Yeah, that's why I said everybody need to come to that Real Talk on my other channel.
Yeah,
Thank you, Rick. Thank you for
good
your
stuff, man.
input.
I'm gonna get
Thank you
out
for
the
always
way,
coming
y'all.
through and supporting. Peace.
Good deal, y'all. All right.
Thank you. Can you hear me, Upper?
Yeah, and I'd like to just thank everybody for coming out today. You know, I sat
Upper,
back
can
and
you hear
let Key
me?
do her thing. Yeah, I hear you. Hold
Oh,
on.
okay.
And I say I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. Y'all was able to see my co-host. She's coming into herself, and I'm loving it because now she's getting more used to being able to do what she got to do. And this is my co-host. What she say goes. I mean, you know, we up here as a team together. Like if I ain't got her back, she ain't got my back. And if she has a decision that she feels with, I'm not going against my co-host. That's how she feels. And you know, we rocking it. We got each other back. We like peanut butter, crunchy, and jelly. And you know, I'm gonna let her do what she do. She's learning, and I think she's got the boxing. She's got the boxing down pat. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to it too, because if not, y'all missing out on some future good stuff because she's working on some stuff right now. And y'all need to make sure y'all subscribe to her so y'all don't miss out. So y'all can be the first one to catch her when she drops. And peace and bless to all y'all. And I'm gonna let her do the closeout as normal.
Thank you guys for coming out. I just want to say I just got passionate today because I do not like lies, the narratives. I'm a writer. If some of you guys don't know, I'm a writer, and I can pretty much write these narratives in my sleep. That's how good they are. It's fake. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff is BS, y'all. And it does it come from all camps? Yes, it do. But I'm not gonna sit here and just allow this narrative about Shakur being a duck. I never called Devin a duck, but I am holding him to it. If he does not fight at the end of the year at 135 with Tank or Shakur, like he has said, he's continued to say, then I will call him that after Regis. Yes, I will. If he doesn't actively try to make those two fights with Tank and Shakur. But the triangle theory, the reason why I brought that up is because for two reasons. Number one, Big Dose mentioned about the resumes and who's a weaker fighter. And I had to make that point that, wait a minute, we are not going to sit here and disregard Ryan Garcia's talent. Okay. I don't like that. You know why? Because 1.6 million people tuned in, between 1.2 to 1.4 million people tuned in to watch Ryan Garcia's talent versus a Tank Davis. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, we always say that Devin beat the man that beat the man that beat the man. Okay. So that's a triangle theory in itself. So if we don't like triangle theories, we got to straighten up with how we are critiquing and assessing these fighters. But again, it's all love. King Jude, I hope you come back. I don't feel as though it's an emotional talk. I just feel as though people are tired of narratives. And if we're not going to get the fights, it's time to put up or shut up. And the way that Devin Haney's moving, I've been telling y'all, I want to write them a marketing plan so bad because, in my humble opinion, I like Devin Haney. I'm one of the only advocates over here for Devin Haney, but today I was not because he continues to dig himself in a hole. And they got to stop that. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done and the smoke clears, people are going to ask why he did not fight Shakur Stevenson and why he did not fight Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? That will always be an asterisk on his resume. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what nobody say. He has to fight those two, especially Shakur Stevenson, because Shakur did the most to him. See, Tank played it cool. He didn't say too much. But Shakur violated that man. He violated his father. And if that ain't no reason to get a get back, forget 147. I don't want to hear that. Forget, you know what I'm saying? Oh, the fight ain't ready yet. He got to get that fight. So I want to thank everybody for coming out. D1, of course, salute to you, King, Brian, Rick Timms, Big Dose, all love. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's never nothing bad, you know, bad blood or whatever. Shout out to you, all things as always. Thank you so much. Al Booger, Teach, Black all day. That
Hold on
whole
1 second,
boy.
Key.
Okay.
Key, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
That right there is the new channel right there. Big Dose right there. That's the new channel. Everybody, if you're not subscribed to the Upper Echelon Man, go ahead and subscribe now. Because we're going to be doing a show tonight at 11 Eastern Standard Time. And Key.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Big Dose. And Key, keep it going for 1 second. I'm about to go get your I'm about to plug your channel back in. So I'll be right back.
Okay.
Because they asked for your channel. So let me plug back in for Big Dose. So give me a second.
Alexander Lyles, as always, thank you for coming in. Zenith, again, I don't know why you won't get a channel, Zenith. I'm gonna keep saying that to you every time I see you. Definitely wanted to go to these YouTube streets. Shout out to that King. Who else did I miss? Oh, Just Do, thank you for coming in. Mrs. Just Do, shout out to that Queen. Shout out to everybody that came in. Who am I missing? Brian, did I get you, King? Shout out to you, definitely. I got Rick. I got D1. Big Dose. What? Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that came in. We definitely appreciate it. It's hard work, especially with there being a big drought right now with this boxing stuff, man. You know, it's not a whole lot to talk about, so we only got so much to talk about. But I thank you guys for always coming through, especially like D1, Brian. I always see y'all here. That whole boy, Big Dose. I always see you here. Thank you guys for always coming through and showing us support. Oh, Teach. Shout out to Teach.
Yeah, shout out to my
out
guy
to
Teach.
King.
And that's Key Alexandria. That's Keys right there. So make sure y'all subscribe to Key Alexandria and make sure y'all subscribe to the Upper Echelon Man, because y'all gonna miss our show. And we come live every night. So y'all missed out on a good one last night. We got a great one for the night. And if y'all in here and y'all rocking with the family, man, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the Upper Echelon Man, and y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Key Alexandria, please.
Oh, yeah, J.A. Yep, hold on. J.A. Dixon and Edgar Chavez. Shout out to y'all. Go ahead, Upper. Sorry about that. And salute to Upper.
Yeah. And
Thank you
make
for this,
sure
Upper.
Yeah, make sure y'all come through so I can make sure I reach y'all up. You know, I'm gonna reach y'all up. You know, because that's the channel that's gonna blow a lot faster than this one anyway, because that's a real talk channel. And you know, in the next couple weeks we got some big things happening over there. So y'all make sure y'all come over there now so y'all can get locked in before we get the huge platform talking about real life issues throughout the world though. With peace and blessings. And Key, you done?
Yep, I am. Thank you, Big Dose. Thank you, Brian King. I appreciate y'all.
Well, y'all know how
I'm
we
done. Thank you, Upper. Thank you, Upper, for all of this. Thank you so much.
No problem. Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fight. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leaving nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze, leaving nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leaving nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze, leaving nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK to anybody, kill him. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split him. FN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eating bullet for dinner. 5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops, Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. I got all those shit, nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leaving nigga bleeding. I get this pussy, leaving nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster